high school playoff football on YourLiveEvent.com. Hawley in Pelican Rapids tonight to take on the Vikings. We're talking with Peter Natz, head coach of the Hawley Nuggets. Coach, a lot has gone on this week, and especially over the last day and a half or so. It's been a crazy time, but overall, how are things going for you guys?
I think about it as well as you could ask, given the circumstances that we've been dealing with all along this fall. Just in talking with our kids last night after practice, how much respect I have for them for being as resilient as they've been, handling all the uncertainty and not knowing sometimes from day to day if we're going to get to have a game or who we're going to play. So it's right now it's the same for everybody. I've had that mantra kind of ever since March when we were sent home. Like, we're all in this together. It's new for everybody. We just got to write it out and see what happens. So, and make the best of what we have.
You were supposed to play a game against Crookston. That one gets canceled because of COVID-19. That's about the time earlier this week when those rumblings did kind of start about, Governor Burgum in North Dakota made some rulings. They figured Governor Walz would do the same for Minnesota. But when those announcements started to come, was there even a conversation, or was it just we're planning on playing a game and we'll get ready until it happens?
Yeah, we went about it. We had practice both those days, and it's like we're going to practice like we're going to play a game, regardless of what happens. And we did. We had 2 good practices before that, or during those 2 days, and we just told our kids we don't know what's happening, but we're going to be ready to play if they say you're going to play. So it's. We had that mindset. We're ready for either direction, and fortunately for the kids, they're going to get to have another game. The unfortunate thing is that it doesn't take you anywhere. It doesn't lead you to something else, like in most playoff games.
You've coached a few seasons. You've been around a lot of players. You've had a lot of different kinds of seasons come your way. But I think the big thing that always comes with extracurriculars and that comes with sports is that it shapes young athletes with skills that they can use for the rest of their life. But do you feel that obviously everything that we've seen is that maybe 5-10 years down the road that these athletes will face some sort of adversity and this will help them get ready for that?
Yeah, we talk about that all the time. You lose a football game here and there when it happens, especially in a big game like a section championship or one of the rounds in the state tournament even. And just say, hey, guys, if this is the worst thing that happened to you this week, you've had a pretty good week. You lost a football game or you lost a basketball game. We have to be able to deal with adversity and show that resilience and come back, because bad things will continue to happen throughout your entire life. And that's not a negative attitude that I have or being pessimistic. It's just the truth. I'm old enough to know that you lose your loved ones. There are accidents that happen. There are tragedies. There are storms that ruin homes and things like that. Or your pontoon gets flipped over at the lake time after time. Whatever. And it's just, you win some, you lose the rest, and that's kind of the attitude you have to have. Winning is great, but it's not the be all end all for what we're trying to accomplish here as coaches. We're tough on the kids. We expect a lot. We raise our voices. We pat them on the back. We celebrate just as loudly as we coach and get after kids too. So they know we care and they know we love the sport that we're involved in. So, and just the handling the ups and downs and getting hurt and having that adversity where you have to miss some time, miss some practice, and then come back when you're not 100%, and then build that back up so you do become 100%. It's all about life lessons, and that's been my go-to for every year, every game, every day that I've coached. we're giving you tools. Being a good athlete is one thing, but getting that mind and your soul ready to live a long, productive life, that's a lot more important than throwing a really tight spiral or kicking a field goal.
Peter Nance, head coach of the Hawley Nuggets here on YourLiveEvent.com. Coach, a 3-2 season for you guys. You started out with a win against Roseau, a tough test against Barnesville in week 2 of the season. After that, you win 2 out of your next 3. That last one, a loss against Otter Tail Central, 30-19. Looks like you guys were head-to-head for the first half. The fourth quarter is when they pulled ahead and were able to keep that lead. Maybe if you could recap a little bit of how that game went and what worked well and what were things you walked away knowing you need to fix before your next game.
Yeah, well, this is an example. That game is a great example of dealing with adversity. Our offensive coordinator, Brett Schmidt, who's been with us for 23, 24 years, wasn't able to go. His wife had a pending test, so we had our JV coach call our offensive plays. And so that was something new. We got there late, so we got to get off the bus, get dressed in the garage, get out there. We had 20 minutes warm up and get the game started. Didn't have a lot of protocol ahead of time, so we didn't know exactly what to expect and the exact timing of it. But we threw the ball really well that night, really well. Cole Sunday had a great game. We ran the ball pretty well. We just had a couple really unfortunate penalties. We scored on a touchdown pass. That was called back on a hold. That was on, I believe, third down play. We got called back on a holding. With that touchdown, we go ahead 25 to, I think, 20 or 26 to 20, something like that. But anyway, we would go ahead. But we get called back for holding, and then on the next play, we give up a sack. So now instead of 4th and 7 or 4th and 8, we're 4th and 28 or 4th and 22, and we had no option but to punt. So we had to punt it over to them, and they had a nice long solid drive and went down and punched it in and kind of sealed the deal for them. But we were extremely proud of our kids' effort that night. We told them that, obviously, and we played a great football game that night. We just came up with a couple of real poor timed penalties, and that's part of the adversity we got to deal with. You got to overcome that stuff. Try to eliminate, but then overcome. So I'm looking forward to tonight, getting after the Pelican Rapids. I think we're in for a great game.
The senior class this year, every senior class leaves some sort of an impression and some sort of a legacy. What would be the word or the couple words you think would describe what this senior class has done and what is their legacy in this program? Well,
I think I don't know. You're kind of putting me on the spot there with trying to pick one or two words, but I told them last night after practice, where we were last year at this time, we do not even resemble the same squad. You went from being on an 0-9 team to right now being 4-2, and that alone is incredible. So it's 2020, and I'm going to say resilience and flexibility now that I think about it just a little bit. Those are the two words that these guys are going to have. They've dealt with so much adversity and so much change and uncertainty, and we're still winning more than we've lost, and after last year, we'll take it.
Pelican Rapids is the matchup for you tonight. The Vikings, they had a little bit of extra time. Well, they had a little bit of planned extra time with the way that their season ended for the playoffs with that bye. But they're a hard-running team. They have some talent. What's the scouting report on the Vikings, and what is it going to take for the Hawley Nuggets to finish 2020 with the win?
Well, obviously, every football cliche can come into play here, but we can't turn the ball over, first of all, and we can't have penalties on big plays. That's what we need to do as far as controlling our own selves. Trying to control them, that's a different story. Korf and Rutherford are fabulous athletes. If Mikhail Korf gains 85 yards on the ground, we're going to be in trouble. If Rutherford gets open once or twice, he's gone. We don't have kids that can keep up with him. So what we've been concentrating on is recognizing what they're in, recognizing where 28 is, Rutherford, and being cognizant of where Korf is and keeping him in the pocket. They have a solid running game. They do a lot of pulling and trapping and fold blocking, and it's a fun team to watch. And we have to be focused, and we have to be prepared and follow through with what we've been trying to accomplish this week in practice.
Peter Nats, head coach of the Hawley Nuggets here on YourLiveEvent.com. Coach, thanks for giving us some time as always, and good luck.
All right, this is high school football on YourLiveEvent.com.
High school football playoff coverage tonight on YourLiveEvent.com. Pelican Rapids against Hawley and Pelican Rapids. We're talking to Vikings head coach Dave Haugen. Coach, it's been a crazy about a little bit over 24 hours, but how are things going?
Yeah, it's going pretty good. And crazy is definitely right, but I don't think there's anything routine about anything anyone's doing right now. So we'll just keep rolling with it.
4-1 season for your team. You guys haven't been inactive since about the 11th. But overall this season, what would you say is the identity of this Vikings team, and what have you guys done very well up until this point?
I think one of the things is somewhat of our flexibility. When you go through game results and game stats, it's we've almost been kind of a two-headed monster, so to speak, where we've had some games that we've just run the ball extremely well and racked up huge rushing numbers in a game. And then a couple other games, it's been a big strike passing where we've been very opportunistic, picked up huge gains through the passing game and gone to the air. So probably the ability to go either direction has been really big for us. Defensively, our run defense in the last couple of weeks has gotten real strong, which is encouraging. I think we're going to need that again tonight.
Yeah, you mentioned how well that defense has played. 28 points you guys have given up over the last three games in this three-game winning streak. Who have been some of the key guys that have made that happen?
One of the guys I just keep getting real excited about is Johnny Zeeble, and you're probably going to be very aware of him tonight as you're calling the game. He's our middle linebacker, and he's doing everything that a middle linebacker should. He's just really in the thick of everything, particularly with run support, a few blitzes that get him into some quarterback pressure situations. But Johnny really has been making us go, so I'm really pleased with him. A couple guys on the defensive line. Nick Haugrud is a good physical player in the middle for us, and Liam Seitzma is a long, rangy defensive end that just really make things tough on people. So those are probably the three guys that really need to play well to make things work for us defensively.
We're talking with Dave Haugen, head coach of the Pelican Rapids Vikings here on YourLiveEvent.com. Coach, you guys have not played since November 11th. That was something that came on account of what the record you had coming into the playoffs. Your opponent, on the other hand, was supposed to have a game that didn't happen, but you guys kind of knew that there would be a little bit of time. What did you guys do differently in preparation?
Well, one of the things that we did is we took some time off. Combination of as you said, we knew we had a long delay in there, plus not knowing for sure at that time who our opponent was going to be. You're just kind of spinning your wheels a little bit. So we did a little bit of film study right away, and then took an extra day off in there for recovery and healing. kind of a mental break too for the kids and maybe for the coaches as well. And then once we got back, we were able to spend Monday. It was really just about us. What were the things that we felt we needed to address that maybe we had struggled with the last couple of weeks? A little anticipation based on what teams might do for us because of that, and it was good to just kind of worry about ourselves a little bit before we got into the preparation specifically for Hawley.
You mentioned nothing about this season, nothing about this year has been regular by any means, and you can go back to the girls basketball team beating Fergus Falls and then not getting a chance to move on to the next level. But I know there's probably a lot of gratitude that you guys had some sort of a season this year. Monday, rumblings kind of starting about things potentially changing in Minnesota, especially after North Dakota making decisions with Governor Doug Burgum. Coming into that Monday, you mentioned you guys really started getting ready for this week. And I know those conversations started amongst the public as we might be losing sports by the end of this week. We're probably not going to finish the season. How did guys react to that? And was there any extra conversation about staying focused on, as far as we know, we're going to have a game and we're going to play it?
Yeah, that's a real good question, and it's certainly interesting because kids nowadays, of course, are very connected through so many different sources as well. So you can't go into it and shield the kids from those conversations on the side. They know the rumblings. They get their updates. They see Twitter feeds, so they know that there's things on the horizon. So you deal with them as good as you can and acknowledge that yes, this is taking place. Here's what we know right now, and are just very upfront and honest with the kids. Acknowledge the difficulty of what they're going through. We have a senior group this year that's really good. You have provided good stability and good leadership for us, and I think that was evident this week too. There wasn't a panic on in their face. There wasn't panic in their actions or attitudes at all. I thought they did a great job all week long of just coming out, practicing, probably enjoying the moment a little bit more than most teams would at this point. Because even if we weren't shut down now, we're looking at one more week. We knew we were closing in on the end. And, kids, I've just really, really impressed with how they handled the week.
Talking with Dave Haugen, head coach of Pelican Rapids here on YourLiveEvent.com. They're getting ready to play Hawley. Coach, you've been around a lot of different football teams with the years of coaching that you've had, and you've seen a lot of ups and downs. I know that obviously this season, in terms of COVID-19, in terms of a pandemic, this will never be replicated, God willing. We'll never see this again. But I know that you probably had some very lean years, or you've had some players personally face adversity. Do you ever get a chance to look back at those players or see them as adults now and see that stuff like that has contributed to any success or anything that they have done as adults?
Yeah, you really do, and that's that's one of the things that keeps people involved in coaching and involved in athletics and involved in the lives. I've told others, several times, former players are almost like your children, and when you watch them become successful, you become very proud of that. And some of the best times are when you're able to connect with those kids 5 years, 10 years, 20 years down the road, and you see what they're doing as a member of society. You see what they're doing in their jobs. You get to watch them and how they've raised their children and managed their households, and knowing that you hopefully had an impact on that and maybe some part of making them what they are. There's a tremendous sense of satisfaction with that.
You mentioned this senior class who has been the fuel of a lot of success for sports across all three seasons with the talent that they've had. How important and how fortunate do you feel that, and they feel as well, that this season gets to end in Pelican Rapids?
Well, I think that's going to be something real special for them. And I talked to our captains a little bit yesterday afternoon at practice, and just to try to gauge the sense of the team and the attitude going into this, and just knowing that it's not ending the way anybody envisioned. And and they shared, kind of all those things. They're disappointed. It's disappointing that they don't get to take that next game if a person wins, or to have it, that sense of unknown and uncertainty, just feels so much emotions going into a playoff game, and that's been stripped away. I know it's done tonight, but at the same time, they're excited that they get to finish it on the field. And rather than just coming out on Wednesday and saying, sports are done, turn in your equipment, this is going to be much easier for them to deal with moving forward with their rest of their lives, if you will. And gives us an opportunity, like you said, to finish on our home field. I think there's something very, very special about home football games. I know there is in other sports as well. I've coached other sports, but I still think a Friday night on your home field can't be beat.
It'll be Hawley, the Nuggets tonight. They're a 3-2 team. What have you seen from the Nuggets? What's the scouting report, and what are the keys to end the season with the victory?
They're a good football team. They're an improving football team, a little bit young still with some of their key athletes, but I've been impressed with their ability to run the ball, and I think anybody that's been associated with Hawley football for many years, you're going to have to be able to defend the run. They run their offense very well. They've expanded recently. They're better at throwing. They're more willing to pass the ball, and they've got some nice athletes. When I watch film, a couple times I see the receivers going up for a pass on the sideline, and you say, wow, because they just made such a good catch and a good play. So I think one of our keys tonight is from a defensive standpoint, we have to avoid giving up the big play. They're going to get their 6 yards, their 8 yards, a 12-yarder, but we have to avoid the 20-plus plays. And if we can force them into putting together a long drive, I think that's going to go a long ways in us being successful. And then offensively, we need to establish the run. If we can get the run game going, control the line of scrimmage, then other things, the passing game can come off of that and allow us to move the ball and finish some drives in the end zone.
Dave Haugen, head coach of Pelican Rapids, here on YourLiveEvent.com. Coach, thanks for giving us some time, and good luck.
All right, thanks a lot. It's been fun.
We'll be back with more high school football on YourLiveEvent.com.
My U of M is real, hands-on, and will get me ready for anything. Crookston is the U of M for me.
Welcome back to Pelican Rapids. It is the Pelican Rapids Vikings against the Hawley Nuggets, final high school football game of the 2020 season. Joel Morgan, Joe Stetz with me, and we are getting sets for kickoff. The Pelican Rapids Vikings to our left, the Hawley Nuggets to our right. 12 minutes on the scoreboard. Here comes the kickoff. It is picked up at around the 20, touched by a Nugget and grabbed deep behind the 15. The defensive Pelican Rapids is right there to get the stop, and this drive will start at the 20 for the Hawley Nuggets. Hawley 3-2 on the season. Last game, a loss against OTC, 30-19. A game where Coach Natch talked about in our pregame penalties, where the dagger, 5 penalties, 35 yards, and there's no such thing as a timely penalty, but some of those penalties came at big moments. The ball will be put to the 25-yard line, 1st and 10. Hawley at their 25. Quarterback Cole Sunday under center. He'll get the snap. It's a handoff into the backfield. And I believe it's Sam Burkle with the pickup, and he will get 5, a 2nd down and 5. Sam Burkle, the junior running back with the carry, he grabs 5 yards.
Good start to the game for the Hawley Nuggets. Just get him a few touches. Let's see what he can do. See if he can break one here.
Actually going to extend that one. They will say it's a 5-yard pickup, so a 2nd down and 5. There's some stoppage by the official. Quarterback Cole Sunday is going to go to the sideline, and he will get the play. So 2nd down and 5, ball to the 25-yard line of Pelican Rapids. Pelican Rapids has a very active linebacker core, aided by their ability of their defensive linemen to get them clean. 2nd down and 5, another handoff, a run to the right side, and this time a whole wall of Vikings will stop Burkle. He'll get no gain on the run, and Joe, they're ready for it that time.
And that's the one thing with the Vikings is they're going to load the box. You know, like I was going to make in the pregame comments. Burkle for Hawley Nuggets, when he has big games, Hawley usually tends to win. So the Pelican Rapids are going to try and stop him for as little gains as he can get throughout the night.
Burkle's got 7 yards on 2 carries. It's a 3rd down and 3. Hawley at the 26-yard line. Make that 27-yard lines of Pelican Rapids. They'll go to the right side to Burkle, and the defense is on him, and they're going to corral him back, and we'll finally get a stop of forward progress. It will at least be no gain. It's a matter of the spot if it could be a loss for Hawley, and the officials come back to the line of scrimmage. It's a 4th down and 5, so a loss of 2 on Burkle's 4th carry. And the punt team comes out for the Pelican Rapids Vikings, or the punt return. The punt return unit of Korf will come out along with Timmy Guler, as Hawley will step to the line to punt on a 4th down and 5 at their 25-yard line of Pelican Rapids here on the opening drive. Inside of 10 to go, first quarter. Here comes the punt. This one is going to touch down at the 45, 45, picked up at the 40. And it's a short return, if any, for Guler and the Pelican Rapids Vikings. The Vikings, their first look on offense. Pelican Rapids 7-4 last year. Joe, they ran into the buzzsaw. That is Barnesville 65-14. But Coach Haugen said it week after week last year. Pelican Rapids was a team that continued to improve.
Yes, they were, and I mean you can see it right now. A lot of the things that they did last year was around a team. It was not one player or 2 players. As you saw from that last defensive possession, almost all Vikings, if not all of them, were in on all those tackles. So they do it based around a team.
1st and 10, Pelican at their 44-yard line. The snap will go to Mikhail Korf, and Korf is still up with a whole wall of defense, and he is brought down at the 50-yard line. That is a pickup of 6 and a 2nd down and 4. Pelican Rapids, a very efficient offense. They can mix it up if they need to. And that has been one of their strong points this season, 246 yards rushing, 114 in the air. But the ground attack, as Coach Haugen talked about it in the pregame, is a 3-headed attack. He feels like he's got 3 guys in the backfield that can be very efficient.
And the one that's most effective is probably Mikhail Korf, just for the fact that he can pass and throw.
Twin receivers either side. Ball goes to Korf, and Korf will come up for a 1st down. They needed 6. He got 6. It's a 1st down for the Pelican Rapids Vikings as they move into plus territory of the first quarter of this scoreless game. No score on our community co-op scoreboard here on yourliveevent.com. Pelican Rapids will stay in the huddle, 1st and 10 at the 44 of the Hawley Nuggets. Nuggets will show 4 men, a 4-man front. They like to stack the box, especially against Pelican Rapids. 4 men up front, 4 men in the linebacker core. Vikings to the line of scrimmage. Logan Fay, lone receiver on the left side. I formation for Korf under center on a 1st and 10 from the 44. Man in motion for the Vikings, and a flag will come down. Jaden Rutherford was in movement from right to left, and he came to a stop and then shuffled towards the far side of the field, and they're going to call that a false start, so the Vikings will lose some yardage here, and penalty is something you don't want this early in a game. No score, 8:37 to go first quarter. Thanks for joining us on this chilly Friday night out here in Pelican Rapids in Hawley. And if you're a football player, not a great time to get hit.
No, it's definitely not. The worst time to get hit in a football season is when it's cold, because it's basically a double hit, hitting the ground and then hitting your opponent.
1st down and 15. Pelican Rapids back to their 49-yard line. It was under center for Korf, and a run right up the middle. The ball came loose, and I think it will go to Hawley. It does. So Pelican Rapids tried to pound it up the A-gap, and Hawley got the ball loose. It's the Nuggets football at their own 49-yard line with 8:21 to go in the first quarter.
I didn't really get a good look at that. I didn't know if it was more of a miss handoff between the running back and the quarterback, Mikhail Korf, or if it was just a miss snap and it was on the ground. A lot of people in front, but that's the one thing that Pelican has to stay away from is turning the football over. They are a pretty efficient team that does not do it, and Hawley is a team that capitalizes on the turnover. So
Nuggets will line up I formation, 1st and 10 from their 49. They will go to the deep back, Burkle, and he will spin to the left side. Eluded the first defender, was stopped at the line of scrimmage. It will be no gain on Burkle's 4th carry of the game unofficially, and a 2nd and 10 for the Hawley Nuggets. And Joe, it's just not enough to get a turnover. You got to do something with that.
Yeah, but what a play there by the linebacker there, coming into the A gap, blowing through, not being or got through the offensive line, and made the running back not be able to plant his feet and make a move. He had to kind of spin to avoid it, and when he turned around, there's a whole horde of Vikings there. So very good play there by the linebacker. I think it was 35, if I was not mistaken, Johnny Ziebel.
2nd down and 10 at the 49. It's a fake handoff by Sunday. Drops back in the pocket. Screen pass will connect with Koski, and he is taken down at the 40. That is a pickup of 9 plus, I would say, shy of the first down. No, they will give him the first down. The chains will move on a passing play for the Hawley Nuggets.
What a good connection there. You know, the whole game, I think he started with 4 or 5 runs to Burkle. You get a little play action. The Vikings bit a little bit to it. And there you had a guy on the outside flats that was wide open there and good enough for a first down.
So 1st and 10, Hawley will get the ball at the 40 of Pelican Rapids. No score as we approach 7 minutes left in the first quarter of this final game of the 2020 season. I formation, Sunday, the quarterback under center, goes to the deep back, Burkle, and Burkle will run to the right, and he squeezes through. He'll get himself about 7 and a 2nd down, a good run. Burkle was able to really find some space where there wasn't any.
How was that? That was a really good run there by Burkle. I don't think he hit the ground 4 times through the middle. I think he was just kind of hopping around and making cuts. Very good run to get in, and he's off to a really good start.
They'll give him 9 on that carry. 2nd down and 1. Ball moves to the 31 of Pelican Rapids. Hawley Nuggets in control right now after recovering that fumble. They'll go to Burkle on the outside. He is free for the first down, brings a pile with him, and he has worked himself into the red zone. It's a big first down coming for the Hawley Nuggets.
Again, what a great run. Gets through the first level, gets to the second level, and all those little DBs back there trying to hold on, but they weren't holding on in front. They're holding on the back. He could still power his way through and gain a couple more yards in that one. Great run there again.
So Sam Burkle, the junior, will get a 17-yard run. It's a 1st and 10 at the 13 of Pelican Rapids for Hawley. Under center will be Sunday, and he will go to Burkle. No surprise here, and it's a spin move to the left side, and he is finally stopped by Mikhail Korf, but was slowed up by the D-line for Pelican Rapids. It will be a short gain and brings up a 2nd down for Hawley.
Actually, no, again, on that one, it was number 35, Johnny Ziebel, getting out on the play and grabbing his right ankle when he made the spin move, and Mikhail hit him. He was already on his way down to the ground. So good tackling there by the Vikings.
That'll be a 2-yard pickup for Sam Burkle, who's had a whole grip of carries here. We'll get us their stats at halftime here on our broadcast on your live event. It'll be 2 on the backfield again for Sunday on a 2nd down and 8. They snap on a handoff, and this one will come to Burkle, and he is stopped inside of the 5. It will be enough for a first down. It should be enough for a first down. We'll see where the officials spot it. They're going to call it shy about
a yard.
3 yards.
No, about.
They're going to spot it.
It's hard to see from this angle.
It's going to be a 3rd down and 2. Ball will be spotted at the 5.
So what do you do here if you're Hawley? Do you continue to pound it in with Burkle, or do you because this is 4-down territory right here. This is 4-down territory. Do you try and maybe throw play action here, go Burkle play action? What do you think they're going to do here?
I'm going to see, I would imagine Hawley's going to take a shot at the end zone. They'll line up under center, a shot in the air on the end zone. And no, they'll fumble it. The ball is loose, and it is picked up in a pile. I think it will be Pelican Rapids football.
No.
We'll see what the official rules, but that was a bad snap to Sunday, and he tried to get on top of it. One of his teammates came in on the assist, and it will be a loss of yards.
Number 79 for the Hawley Nuggets, the center. Connor Reland, great play there on his part to just notice what happened, hear the call, the fumble from the sideline, and get a chance to hop on it.
So Burkle, who's done it all in this running attack, will try to finish off this play with a field goal. This one about 30 yards. The kick will come, looks wide left, and the field goal attempt is no good. And it'll be a turnover on downs by the Hawley Nuggets. They got inside of the 10 of Pelican Rapids and could just not finish the scoring drive. And Joe, credit that impressive defense from Pelican Rapids to start tightening things up as it got inside of the red zone.
Just a great play there by you look back to the fumble. I think the defensive line really got a push on it, forced that fumble because I think the offensive lineman backed into the quarterback when it fumbled the ball. So it was a very good play there on the Pelican Rapids Vikings, getting the push, getting the stop, and then also having no points given up.
1st and 10, Pelican Rapids at their own 20-yard line. Their drive ended after 3 plays. Their first drive after a fumble. Mikhail Korf will come under center, sets a man in motion. Another false start against Pelican Rapids. They're trying to get active in the backfield, and Joe, it just has not worked their first 2 attempts.
It definitely has not. You go into it, the Vikings like to set the run. They like to set the run to, set up the pass. And right now, Hawley's kind of keying in on it, not allowing the up-the-middle runs. Pelican really hasn't done anything getting the ball outside and bouncing it or, doing like toss plays or, reverse and stuff like that. They've kind of been going up the middle, and Hawley's basically got it going right now against them right now.
Pelican Rapids to the line of scrimmage. They are at their own 25-yard line, and they will set a man in motion. It's a handoff. Zeebel with the football. Johnny Zeebel will push the pile. Zeebel to about the 30. It will be a pickup of 5. And makes it a 2nd down for the Pelican Rapids Vikings.
Good run there again. You can tell, with these conditions right now, I think if I saw it was like 23 degrees, feels like 12. This is running conditions. I don't expect both teams to be airing it out all day. So we're going to be seeing a lot of 5-yard plays and maybe a few 10, 15s. We might not see the big ones maybe early because both teams are keying in on each other's strengths. But it's just going to be a ground and pound game all day.
That's going to be a 1st down, and actually that penalty went against Hawley on that false start, so Pelican Rapids picks up the 1st down. They will try up the middle again, and I believe it is Johnny Zeebel with the run, and he will get a short gain, maybe a yard or 2, if any, and a 2nd down for the Pelican Rapids Vikings. No score as we are at 3:22 and counting in quarter number 1, final day of the season.
What do you think is going through all these players' minds, knowing this is it? You don't get a chance to win the section. You don't get a chance to go to state, especially these seniors. It's got to be a tough game for them right now.
I think it's just an opportunity to play that has excited these players. As a 2nd down and 9 at their 31, it's going to be a run to the left side, and a whole pile of Hawley Nuggets will make the stop against Pelican Rapids. And I believe that was Mikhail Korf on the carry. Korf with the keeper. He will get him about 3 more yards and makes it a 3rd down and 6. I'll make that just a yard. 3rd down and 8. Pelican Rapids at their 31-yard line. Pelican Rapids, first possession of the game, a fumble that was recovered by Hawley near midfield. They brought the drive inside of the red zone. They stalled out, missed a field goal, and Pelican Rapids trying to turn and go the length of the field to answer back. I formation this time for Pelican Rapids. 3rd down and 8 at their own 32. Dropping back in the pocket. Korf throws off balance. He'll connect for a 1st down. Carson McNeil makes the catch and is stopped at the 44-yard line. A chunk yardage play that Pelican Rapids was looking for, and they'll move the chains.
It was a very good play there. Been running the football all game. It's kind of both teams. You saw what happened when Hawley went to the play action their first play. Pelican goes to it, big chunk play, gets the 1st down, gets the confidence back for that offensive line to maybe, make sure the defense knows, hey, we can pass over the top. We can open up the field like that. But, it was a surprising move that McNeil didn't bounce that outside. He could have maybe had 5-10 more yards.
1st and 10 at their own 44-yard line for Pelican Rapids. They'll set a man in motion. It's pitched to the left side to McNeil. McNeil around the outside will get some yardage before being stopped by the linebackers for Hawley. And a pickup of 3 and a 2nd down and 7. They are closer to plus territory right now to Pelican Rapids.
It was that was the first play they finally went outside. Instead of going between the tackles, they finally got it outside. There was a hole there. There was a spot he could have broke through. Just got tripped up by one of the Hawley Nuggets. I didn't catch the number. He got tripped up, and minor gain could have been the big one right there.
Pelican Rapids to the line of scrimmage, 2nd down and 7 at their own 47-yard line. 2 receivers near side, 1 on the left. Snap to Court. He'll run it himself. 1st down and then some. He is at the 40 and taken down for a pickup of 13. And Pelican Rapids has been efficient on this drive. 2 big 10-plus yard plays, and they're inside of Hawley territory.
They didn't start the drive very efficient, though. They finally, I think, right now with that big pass play, for about 15 yards, it's starting to come back to these guys, because they haven't played in a while. Remember, we got to remember that. They haven't played against anyone for, over a week and a half. So maybe it's starting to get it in. Maybe now they're going to start opening the playbook a little bit.
1st and 10 at the 40, a handoff to Zebel, and he comes through about the B gap and turned his way back up middle of the field and gets a pickup of 5, 2nd down and 5, and this 3-headed monster that Dave Haugen talked about in the pregame show, Joe, I think is starting to get rolling.
Well, the one thing with the 3-headed, or what they're talking about, they all run hard. They all run really hard, and you see when the Pelican Rapids Vikings, when they're running, they're always falling forward. They're gaining the extra yards, where Hawley has just kind of been falling over or getting tackled right at the point. So,
2nd down and 5 at the 35, and it's another run up the middle. This time, just 2, maybe 3 for the Pelican Rapids Vikings, and I think they're going to be satisfied with that being the last play. And strike that, we have an injured player. Wyatt Dunn is down for the Hawley Nuggets, so we'll get an official's timeout with 7.5 to go of this scoreless game here in the first quarter. Pelican Rapids and Hawley tonight on YourLiveEvent.com. Brought to you, our scoreboard brought to you by Community Co-op of Lake Park, Detroit Lakes, Monoman, Twin Valley, and Foam. Contact them for propane delivery for residential, commercial, and agriculture. That number 218-238-5911. I want to thank all of our other sponsors from Hawley and Pelican Rapids who helped make this broadcast possible. And Joe, almost short timing. We thought this would be a Saturday game. The announcement comes down, and all of a sudden we have ourselves a Friday night football game.
Well, what can you do? I mean, with the deadline being tomorrow after Governor Wall's decision, these kids wanted to play. They wanted one more chance, and we're going to give them an opportunity to say, hey, you get one less day to prep, but you get to play on a Friday night, like this, where everyone in town and pretty much anyone's going to be tuning in and watching this or at the game. This is it. I mean.
And actually, we're about to pitch it to break, but now Wyatt Dunn has gone up with the trainer. He will go to the sideline, so maybe not a serious injury. He'll walk back, and teams will come out. Pelican Rapids will come out with 7.5 to go, and I would imagine that what play naturally stopping, Joe, is they might try to run a big play here.
You think, it's 3rd and 3, so you really can't take the shot towards the end zone, but see if you can pick up this extra 1st down. Who knows? Maybe they go into their bag of tricks, because both teams, Hawley tried the field goal. I don't think Pelican has a field goal crew, so let's see what happens here.
Snap to Korf, and he will run it towards the right side. The defense is there to stop him. It will be about 2 yards shy of a 1st down, and that will wrap up quarter number 1. We are scoreless here. It is high school football on YourLiveEvent.com.
Club helps support Nugget Athletics with various projects each year. Past projects include gym flooring, baseball and softball scoreboards, donations to the dance and wrestling teams, and the new high school weight room. If you are interested in the progress and development of the athletic programs at Hawley High School, please consider becoming a Booster Club member. Membership is available on monetary amounts of $25, $50, $100, and $250. Visit HawleyBoosters.com for more information.
Jennifer Giesland with Hawley Tax Services would like to work with you on your individual income taxes. Hawley Tax Services can help you with your federal and state income taxes, as well as Minnesota property tax and rent refund. Jennifer Giesland at Hawley Tax Services can provide service for sole proprietors, daycares, and more. Call Hawley Tax Services 218-329-5048 or email jennifer@hawleytaxservice.com. Hawley Tax Services would like to wish the best of luck to all of our Hawley Nugget teams and students.
Valley Plains Equipment, Hillsboro, and Crookston are hiring service technicians. These positions are full-time with competitive wage, earning up to $40 per hour, plus benefits package and a great work environment. Contact Mike at Valley Plains Equipment, 1-800-972-2561. Valley Plains Equipment, Hillsboro, and Crookston is looking to hire service technicians, earning up to $40 per hour. Contact Mike at Valley Plains Equipment, 1-800-9...
Pelican Rapids, a 4th and 1 from the 35 of Hawley. They go to Mikhail Korf, and the senior quarterback extends it on the play. He'll get the first down. Welcome back to coverage of high school playoff football on YourLiveEvent.com. Joe Morgan, Joe Stutz with us here in Pelican Rapids. A cold night. I was going to say chilly, but that'd be an understatement of this cold night we have tonight in Pelican Rapids. The Vikings and the Hawley Nuggets have played to no score as we are 12 seconds into quarter number 2. One receiver on the left, 2 on the right side for the Pelican Rapids Vikings. Korf under center. They'll set Zebel in motion, and we'll get a flag.
And another false start penalty. I think that's been 3 on them right now. It all kind of relies back to, these guys haven't played in a while. It was yeah.
Oh, this one will come against Hawley. So that movement in the backfield, Joe, we saw Pelican Rapids get bit the first time on the penalty. Second 2 times, it's against Hawley. So a little bit of mind games for Coach Haugen and company against this Nuggets team?
It almost has to be. I mean, both teams are pretty evenly matched, and you got to try and get the free yards as much as you can.
First down and 5 at the 22, and it will be a run of about 4, maybe 4.5 from Johnny Zebel, and Pelican Rapids just shy of picking up another first down. No, they will get the first down. They'll give him, looked like, Joe, they needed 5. He got 5.
Yeah, he did enough to get the job done and got a first down inside Nugget territory or red zone.
So every yard that Pelican Rapids moves up will now be the deepest they have been inside of enemy territory tonight. 1st and 10, Pelican Rapids at Hawley's 18. Zebel will be in the backfield. I believe McNeil behind him, and Court faked the handoff to the lead back. Zebel will keep it himself, trucks the linebacker and into the end zone. 18-yard touchdown run for the senior quarterback, and Pelican Rapids is on the scoreboard. They take a lead, 6-0.
What a great run. I mean, that's pure determination on Mikhail Korf's part there. I think he got a little hung up there in the backfield, broke free, and one-on-one with the linebacker just lowers the shoulder and just runs him over, and there's nothing stopping him to the end zone.
So Pelican Rapids gets the touchdown with 11 minutes left before halftime, and they will try to get the extra point. So Pelican Rapids will bring out their special teams. The snap comes down, whistles come around. Alex Linus was attempting the extra point, but the false start call this time will be against Pelican Rapids.
Again, a lot of penalties so far in this game. A lot of penalties. Who knows? Maybe that one day of preparation could have cleaned up a lot of these, but.
And Coach Nats felt like that was what the dagger was in their last loss. And he can't be happy with the penalties his team has sustained. I know that one was on Pelican. As here comes the snap. It's down. Linus's kick looks good. It is. The extra point is good. It is 8-0. Pelican Rapids, 7-0. Pelican Rapids leads the Hawley Nuggets on our community co-op scoreboard. This is high school football on your live event.
5-6-1.
Pelican Rapids Power Sports. They do repairs on all brands of jet skis, snowmobiles, ATVs, and small engines. Looking for a part to fix your machine? Check out their eBay store at www.ebay.com/str/Pelican Rapids Power Sports, or give them a call at 218-396-3300. They are located north of town in the industrial park at 44 Industrial Park Drive, Pelican Rapids.
I mean, we'll just have to take it to the parking lot. Welcome back to Pelican Rapids and Hawley Nuggets. Playoff football on YourLiveEvent.com. But it's 7-0. Pelican Rapids leads Hawley, and what is a good turnout for what we can get with 25% capacity out here in Pelican Rapids on the final Friday Night Lights of 2020. Hawley was stopped inside of the 10. Their last possession, they tried a field goal that was for naught, and the return will be another short one. They have just not been able to get things going on special teams as they will start this drive inside of their 35-yard line.
That was a pretty good return by number 26, Justin Koski. The ball took a Viking bounce, stayed in the field of play. The blockers were not set up for that side or not set up for that kind of return. To make something positive out of it, that's a pretty good return.
1st and 10, Hawley will be at their own 32-yard line. It's been Sam Burkle, the junior running back, who has done a majority of their plays on offense. It has been a heavy ground attack on both sides, and you got to imagine that has a lot to do with the cold weather, as it will be Burkle and Koski in the backfield, and the handoff, faking the handoff. Sunday rolls left side, rear back, throws, and this one is caught at the 45, extended to the 40, inside to the 38-yard line, and a big play, and no surprise, the catch was made by Burkle, and a big first down comes for the Hawley Nuggets.
The keys to the Vikings to win this game, they need to contain number 21, Sam Burkle. So far in this game, they have not. And, Hawley staying in this, being only 7-0. I mean, it could easily be 7-7. It could easily be 7-3. But if they don't stop Burkle, it could be game over for them.
Hawley 1st and 10 at Pelican Rapids 38-yard line, and going to the deep back is Sunday. A run to the outside. Burkle again, and he is taken down for a gain of 9. And right there to make the play, Logan Fay. But if he had gotten by Fay, Joe, I'd imagine we might see a change on the scoreboard.
It would have been a one-on-one with the safety, and who knows, if Mikhail Korf could run over a linebacker, I could say Sam Burkle could probably run over the safety. So, yes, I agree with you on that. It could have been 7-6, even 7-7, 7-8.
And they're going to say that was a pickup of 10, so a first down, 1st and 10. Hawley at the 28 of Pelican Rapids, under center. Sunday, the quarterback again, and it will be a run up the middle. Burkle again is stopped at the 20, or at the 21, and a pickup of 7. We're going to call it a pickup of 5, I believe. Either way, 2nd down for Hawley. They trail 7-0 against the Pelican Rapids Vikings inside of 10 minutes to go in the second quarter. The only touchdown coming from Mikhail Korf for both sides. So 2nd down and 5. Hawley will put their quarterback Sunday under center at the 23 of Pelican Rapids, and it's a handoff. They will go to Koski, and Koski a step to the right, and Joe, I think he put himself right into the defense.
I think he did with that little cutback. Thought he saw a lane backside, and quickly filled up there by black jerseys.
And what Hawley needs right now is positive yardage on every play, and they'll get that there in the form of a yard. 3rd down and 4 to go for the Hawley Nuggets. They move to Pelican Rapids 20. Remember, they got inside of the 10 back in the first quarter. A fumble knocked them back. They attempted a field goal from the 20. That did not make it through the uprights. Pelican Rapids turned around and found the end zone. Nearing 9 minutes to go in the first half. Cole Sunday, the quarterback, will give his plays to Koski and Burkle in the backfield. 3rd down and 3, and the handoff will go to Burkle, and a move to the left. A whole gang of Pelican Rapids Vikings will stop him, and it will be short yardage and a 4th down for the Nuggets.
I'd say you go right back to Burkle. He's kind of told, or how it's looking is the game plan is hop on my back. I'm going to lead you to the promised land, or I'm going to lead us to do the best we can in this game. And, he's done it all in the run game, in the pass game so far. Just hasn't been able to get inside or get some points on the board for them just quite yet.
8:25 and counting to go first half. 4th down and 1. Hawley Nuggets at Pelican Rapids 18. And they are going to go to Burkle. Did he get it? Well, that's going to be up to the officials. They'll come out and check the spot. I think it is enough by a hair, but they will give them the first down. So a fresh set of downs for the Hawley Nuggets. We've seen this before. They've had this energy. They need to finish inside the end zone.
They need to get something in and get some points on the board, especially with Pelican putting 7 up. But, like what we saw in the last possession, once they got down inside the 10 in area, the Vikings stood up a little bit, and then they're more like a bend, don't break.
Snap comes to Sunday, goes to Burkle around the outside, and he is stopped in the backfield. And Alex Linus with the tackle, and the corner just found some open space and closed it in quick, Joe.
Great open field tackle. Instead of going up high, you went down at the legs because, if you tackle up high, he still has a chance to fend you off and gain it or keep going forward. You get him at the legs, he goes down quick. So very good open field tackle there by number 33, Alex Linus.
We'll get no gain, a 2nd and 10. Hawley at Pelican Rapids 19. They will move to the far hash in an I formation. And faking the handoff is Sunday, runs to the right side, gets pressure, throws on the run, and tipped. And almost pulled out of midair by Johnny Zebel, or at least deflected to one of his teammates. An incompletion will make it a 2nd down and 14. Make that a 3rd down and 14. First pass attempt for the Hawley Nuggets today. 2nd. And this one, no good.
I would say on that play, the Vikings were not fooled on the play action there. You had the two safeties over the top. You had the safety kind of roving the backside in case anything flaring or a streak route or any kind of opposite or going to the left side. The Vikings were not fooled on that pass play and puts up a long third down.
Third down and 14. Hawley's going to have to go airborne. One receiver either side. Snap comes to Sunday. Throws right side. Almost connects with the pass. Instead, it's broken up. And that was a great route. And he put it right in the breadbasket. Just could not finish the play.
But the play that does not get recognized is the quarterback hit there and the quarterback pressure by number 79, Nick Haugerud. Instead of letting the quarterback set his feet, he had to get the ball out quicker, which let the route not develop enough. And caused the early throw, which caused the deflection there on the defensive end. So very good play on number 79, Nick Haugerud, by blowing up and getting to the quarterback and putting some pressure on him.
Carson Brewer was the intended receiver, an incompletion. And then Hawley, we talked about, they just have not been able to finish drives today. They will take a timeout on a 4th and 14. 7-0 Pelican Rapids, 7:19 to go, second quarter. This is high school football on your live event.
At Hawley Public Schools, their focus is on students. With over 950 students, the Hawley Public Schools strive to provide a personalized learning experience for each and every one of their students to be the best that they can be. The lessons taught at Hawley Public Schools will stay with students not just throughout their academic career, but through adulthood as well. For more information about the Hawley Public Schools, visit them online at hawley.k12.mn.us or like them on Facebook at Hawley Nuggets. Good luck, Nuggets, from the Hawley Public Schools.
The Minnesota State High School League reminds us that the educational value of this event is more important than its outcome. Respect for others, including opponents and officials, is one of those values. Support today's teams with the respect they deserve. When you have a great team and great fans, a great game is practically a given. So, root for your team and enjoy every moment of today's game.
Long field goal upcoming for the Hawley Nuggets. They're going to try to get on the scoreboard, and here it comes, and I'm not sure it wasn't deflected or not, but either way, it will be no good. I thought I saw Carson McNeil get through there, Joe, but second field goal attempt, no good for the Hawley Nuggets. Pelican Rapids will get decent field position here with 7:19 before the half, leading 7-0.
Yes, and another situation like that, like I said earlier, this defense, it allows you to get into, their territory and down. But about that red zone area down to the end zone, they are not allowing the Nuggets to get in, and which makes them settle for, like that one, a very long field goal in high school, and then the other field goal that they missed. So
to the line of scrimmage now is the Pelican Rapids Vikings, 1st and 10 at their own 20. And it'll be a handoff to the lead back, Zebel. No, it's a keeper for Corfy. Fooled him on the field, fooled him up here. He is brought down at the 34-yard line. That's a 14-yard pickup and a nice first down for Pelican Rapids.
Nice hole there by the Pelican offensive line, getting, on a little keeper play, just giving him enough room to get to the second level, not allowing him to get touched or anything, getting to the linebackers and the D-back. So good run and good setup there by the offensive line.
Pelican Rapids up to their 34-yard line as we approach 7 minutes before halftime. 7-0 Pelican Rapids. Two in the backfield again for Korf. They've pretty much stayed to this formation all game. Korf under center. And we're going to get a timeout. Pelican Rapids wants to take a timeout. It is 7-0 Pelican Rapids on the Community Co-op scoreboard. High school football on yourliveevent.com.
Is brought to you by the Minnesota State High School League.
Norman County Implement, Highway 9, North Ada. Call 218-784-2961 for the latest trades, including this 2012 Massey Ferguson 9565 Combine. Has 1,700 engine hours, 1,200 separator hours, priced at $123,000. Also newly traded 2 Amity toppers. Both are 2011 model years. Both are 12-row 22-inch. Both are local trades, each priced at $20,000. Check out these trades and more at Norman County Implement, Highway 9, North Ada. They thank you for your business.
Welcome back to high school football on yourliveevent.com. 7-0 Pelican Rapids leading the Hawley Nuggets with 6:52 left to play before halftime. Pelican Rapids taking a timeout. They'll step to the line of scrimmage. 1st and 10 on their own 34-yard line. Korf will come under center. Man in motion for the Vikings. Korf drops back, looks right side, rears back, takes a shot downfield. Fay will make the catch at the 40, forced out of bounds at the 35.
Great route there. It was like a corner route by Logan Fay. Beats two Hawley Nuggets defenders, and Mikhail Korf couldn't have put a better pinpoint on that pass.
Fay has been the big receiver all season, 156 yards, one of the big receivers all season, and his first reception's a big one as he puts Pelican Rapids at Hawley's 41-yard line with 6:46 to go, 7-0 Pelican Rapids on the Community Co-op scoreboard. Korf will come under center. Handoff will go to the deep back. It's a run to the right side and a gain of 6 for the Pelican Rapids Vikings. That was Justin Verdorn with the run, and Pelican Rapids, that's his first carry of the game, will continue to get positive yardage.
What a great block there by number 28, Jaden Rutherford. It was a lead back. It was a lead back draw, the fullback in front. Basically, it was a linebacker broke through. Fullback picks him up and doesn't allow him to get to touch the running back and left the hole open again. Great blocking scheme today for the Vikings.
7-yard pickup, 2nd down and 3. Pelican Rapids at the 34-yard line of Hawley, and they will go to Johnny Zebel, and he will muscle his way down for 2 yards. And I tell you, they all get those big yak yards, Joe, but Zebel seems to be the one who could really get the legs churning under pressure.
Just to get you 3 yards or get you the small gains, I mean, that's what you need a fullback for. You don't need him to be the flashy one because that's what your running back or your lead back is usually. But if you can get a guy who can guarantee you 3 yards at a carry, I mean, there's nothing better than that to know as a coach you're in a short down situation.
3rd down and 1, Pelican Rapids at the 32 of Hawley. Snap to Korf, run to the right side. Korf gets free for the first down. Spin move left side. Korf is still going. Open field on the flat to the 10, to the 5. Taken down at the 2-yard line. That is a 30 or 31-yard run for Korf and a big first down for Pelican Rapids.
Great run again. Started right. Kind of bounced it out, saw the outside wide open, took his opportunity outside. But again, another thing you're not seeing from this Pelican Rapids Vikings on the blocking side, they don't give up. They're always still blocking downfield, which is a huge key for letting these big plays develop. Because sometimes they take a little bit longer to go, or like Mikhail Korf being great like that, being able to bounce it outside.
It is a 1st and goal from the 2-yard line. Pelican Rapids lead 7-0. They are looking to hang on 6 more in this game. Korf will come under center. Snap comes, and he goes to Zebel, and there's a pile on top of him. We'll see where the officials put it. Maybe at the half-yard line, and a 2nd and goal with 5:13 and counting to go before the half. Pelican Rapids with that 7-0 lead on the doorstep here of Hawley.
So if you're the Vikings here, I mean, you got a ton of options. You know, you talk back to David Haugen's 3-headed running machine. Korf can run it in from a yard. You got Zebel who can pound it in from a yard. And you got number 25, Carson McNeil. All big backs who can get it in.
And the handoff goes to Zebel, and he is in for a 1-yard touchdown run. And Pelican Rapids extends their lead to 13-0 on the Community Co-op scoreboard. Both teams a little shaky in the first quarter offensively. Pelican Rapids has settled in, and they take a 13-0 lead, and they will attempt the extra point. Linus will come in and try to make it a 14-0 game. Touchdown comes with 4:47 left before the half. Snap and the kick. This one wobbles around, and it's no good, so the kick is no good, but Pelican Rapids takes a 13-0 lead, 4:47 to go before the half. This is high school football on YourLiveEvent.com.
There's no way to count the number of sandwiches you've packed over the years. Hard to imagine this day would come. Yeah, there's still the same fields, the same roads, the same hard work. But now they're in someone else's hands. And you couldn't be more proud of who you're handing the farm to. No matter what the future holds, Ag Country is here to help you plan ahead.
Enbridge's Line 3 replacement project will create thousands of family-supporting jobs. This $2.6 billion private investment in Minnesota will be an economic boost, bring extra county tax revenue for years to come, and a secure and steady supply of North American oil to fuel Minnesota's quality of life. We're focused on safety and ready to get to work. Learn more at enbridge.com/line3US.
13-0 Pelican Rapids, 4:47 before the half. Hawley Nuggets ready for the kickoff, and that is caught at about the 15-yard line. And Hawley looking for a big return, and they are able to keep Koski on his feet. Koski to the far sideline. He is at the 50, to the 45, to the 40, to the 35, forced out of bounds at the 30. Hawley needs a big play, Joe. They got it right there.
That's exactly what they needed. If it's on special teams, if it's on defense, they needed something to kind of spark this offense and get them, to get them into the end zone. Couldn't find a better way to, especially with 4:32 in the half, knowing I think they get the ball at the start of the second half to put some points on the board and get it back.
So Hawley gets a great return from Justin Koski, their senior running back. He knows that every click of the second is a step closer to the end of his high school football career, and a little bit of extra determination for the senior. He gets him a 1st and 10 at the 32 of Pelican Rapids. Cole Sunday, the quarterback, under center, a handoff. No, he'll keep it himself to the outside. Gets a nice block thrown down by Burkle. Needs to turn a corner. He can't get there. And Mikhail Korf able to come in and make the stop, and it will be no gain on the run.
Just when he was running outside, Mikhail Korf just throwing his hands out there, getting to trip him up a little bit for a short gain. Could have been a long one with the blocking that Hawley had on the outside there. So a good play on Mikhail Korf's part to stop him for a shorter gain, or else we could have been talking points on the board.
Sunday gets a 2-yard pickup. Yeah, he just had a hard time finding that corner to turn and move himself upfield. Now they'll give him 3 yards, 2nd down and 7. Hawley at Pelican Rapids' 28-yard line. They're down 13-0. It will go to Koski, the fullback, and Koski is brought down by a whole gang of Vikings at the 25-yard line. He'll gain 3, and it's a 3rd down and 4.
You know how we were talking with the first 2 drives they had, they've been kind of focused in on Sam Burkle. They've been going to him, handing the ball off, throwing him the pass. Now they're trying to see if the Vikings are, sitting on him. Trying to get, Cole Sunday on some outside runs, or try and get Justin Koski up the middle. They're trying to incorporate and see where the Vikings are sitting. Right now, nothing's working for them.
3rd down and 5. Hawley at Pelican's 25-yard line. They also had a man in motion in the backfield. Defense will adjust accordingly. Play action, Koski left side. Shot towards the end zone, and this one is broken up. Ethan Magnuson was in the end zone under double coverage. He got himself some separation, and now we'll see a flag come down. And judging by where that happened, I would imagine there were some words from Magnuson coming up.
It was a little underthrown there. I mean, we'll see what the call is. I'm assuming it's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct. We're going to see what the call is, but the ball was thrown a little bit early, thrown a little bit behind, and the defense just got there in time to react.
We're getting the call from the official. It will be unsportsmanlike called against the Hawley Nuggets. So the officials are discussing the downs, but I think just some frustration coming from the junior tight end, Joe. He didn't like how he got hit, but I think he's more frustrated right now with the fact that his team has had some good drives, it's not been able to finish.
I think he was upset. The pass was thrown a little underneath. He felt like coming down, he was getting hit. Maybe he did get hit early. We don't have the cameras to rewatch that one, but I mean you could see the frustration. Down 13-0 in the cold and getting hit before you could have a chance to catch it. It kind of all felt settles in, but you have to keep your head in this game.
4th down and 20 to go. For the Hawley Nuggets, they will flip the field. No choice but to flip the field. They did this their first drive. Korf was back to return, and it comes to the near sideline. Pelican Rapids and Mikhail Korf will allow a touch to come from the Hawley Nuggets.
And just a clarification, I know me and you probably knew this. The reason why it was a 4th down there, because the play happened on 3rd down. It was an after-the-play penalty that brings the ball back 15 yards on that play. It's not the play itself. It's after the play. Now it's turned 4th down. Then the flag came out. So if people at home were wondering, Why it was a 4th down, there's your explanation. It happened after the play, which was a 3rd down. What did it happen on? So it moves to a 4th down.
13-0 Pelican Rapids. They will start this drive on their 15-yard line with 2:56 left to go before the half. Korf will come under center. He awaits the snap, a man in motion, and Korf will fake the handoff, runs himself, and is brought down by Bryant Carlisle, the junior linebacker from Hawley, but he'll get some positive yards.
Just to keep the ball moving forward, even if it's 1 or 2 yards at a time. Pelicans shown they can have the big play capabilities. So you put them in a spot like this where it's 2nd and 5. Now they can take a shot without having to feel like they can't get the next 5. You put them in a 2nd and 7, 2nd and 8. You're not willing to take another shot here.
2nd down and 5. Pelican Rapids at the 20 of Hawley. They're looking to air it out all the way. Checkdowns coming from Korf, and he connected with Williams, but Williams could not hang on to the football at the 30. What would have been a 1st down. Instead, will move to a 3rd down for the Pelican Rapids Vikings, 3rd and 5 at their 20, but Joe, it gets them some extra seconds with the stoppage of play.
It does for Hawley, and that's very good on their part to see if they maybe can get another stop. Keep, their 2 timeouts to try and use to get one last score there. Maybe that last throw is maybe a little underthrown and behind, but you think wide open like that, that should have been a catch and continued to move the chains.
3rd down and 5. Pelican Rapids will put 2 receivers far side, 1 on the near side. Snap to Korf. Korf drops back, throws near sideline. This one underthrown and intercepted. They got one-on-one with Caden Murphy, and he makes the interception at the 45-yard line. 2:08 before the half. Hawley gets the ball on another turnover from Pelican Rapids in 2:08 to try to bring themselves 45 yards into the end zone.
I disagree with that complete call on the Vikings side. Just for the simple fact that, with 2-minute warning, with the lead, why don't you try and run it? You've had success running the football. Not gonna make the claim that just because he dropped the last one, I don't say throw to him. But why don't you run the clock, make them burn a timeout so they only have 1 to use. Now you give them great field position with 2 timeouts and no stoppage in the clock, or no clock run off from the last play.
Hawley's quarterback, Cole Sunday, will come back into the huddle after getting the play from his sidelines. Pelican Rapids' 2nd turnover of the game. Interception from Korf. That is his 4th throw of the season. A 1st and 10. Hawley at Pelican Rapids' 45-yard line, down 13-0, 2:08 before the half. Cole Sunday under center. Back in the pocket, and a whistle is down, and we'll see who this one goes to. It will be against Hawley, and this is something Peter Natz was really adamant on in pregame, as he felt their loss against Otter Tail Central came down to some penalties and some big moments. And Joe, this is definitely a time. It's never a timely penalty, but you don't want to get one right now after paying on house money.
Especially with the interception. Now you got yourself higher, and you feel like yourself is a little more willing to do stuff and be a little more aggressive. With that, now it knocks you back a level. Now you almost have to do a conservative play call here just to see if you can gain some yards.
1st and 15. Hawley back to the 50 of the back to 50 here against Pelican Rapids. Sunday under center. They need to get some long plays and a throw to the near sideline, and this almost intercepted. Josh Koski was the receiver near sideline, and ball was almost taken out of his hands. It will go down as an incompletion, and I think Hawley will take that right now.
Yes, it's a stoppage in clock. You only lose a down, if anything. You still got a couple more shots. But, to avoid the interception, that was, again, a ball that's underthrown, but the rush that Pelican is creating. They don't have many people on the season that has had godly, sack numbers or anything like that. But they do it as a team, and, the number 1 guy to watch is number 79, Nick Haugrud.
2nd down and 15. Back in the pocket, Sunday throws towards the flat and overthrown. They got their man open on the sideline in Brewer. Carson Brewer was open, but the pass was just not there. Now a 3rd and long for Hawley.
Now you got to think, as the quarterback here, you've only made 1 completion so far early in this quarter. That throw should have been made. It should have been able to get the Hawley Nuggets to get some yards going forward and have some positivity. But with him missing his throws, he overthrows that one. He had time to throw and step up, but he just missed the throw.
3rd down and 15. Ball to that. Still at the 50 for Hawley, down 13-0. Minute 55 in the 2nd quarter. Sunday under center. He has one receiver either side again, has some blocking, throws up the middle, almost intercepted by Korf, and he had a line on that play, and he'll just instead take the pass breakup as it's a 4th and 15.
I mean, it's hard to tell what they're seeing down there. The Vikings were in a zone coverage, it looked there, or at least the linebackers or safeties were kind of dropping down into medium range zone. Quarterback he threw that one directly at number 8. Thankfully for the Nuggets, it's not a pick and it doesn't lead to anything more like that. But the quarterback's got to make a smarter throw, especially on a 3rd down.
They all flip the field. Burkle there for the punt for Hawley, and it wobbles down on the near side. And Pelican Rapids will wait for the Nuggets to touch it. 1:49 to go before the half. 13-0 Pelican Rapids leads on the Community Co-op scoreboard. And Joe, it just looked like Hawley had maybe stolen some momentum before the half, getting that big interception. But instead, they will turn the ball over, and that's kind of been the story of the game for Hawley.
You look at it. You get off right away with an illegal substitution, and then you come down and you make 2 or 3 straight incompletions, makes it a 4th down. You only wasted 20 seconds. You're giving the Vikings a lot of time to go down the field and try and get one more score before the half. Just not very smart clock management there by either team, but...
Pelican Rapids will have Korf keep it on the run, and he gets 10 for the 1st down. And Korf, he really initiated that contact as he got towards the secondary with Carlisle, who made the tackle. 1st down for Pelican Rapids. They got plenty of time here with 1:44 now. Clock will start 1:42 and counting in the 2nd quarter.
And you can just see the momentum that the Vikings have right now.
Pair of receivers either side, back of the pocket. Korf throws far sideline, and this one is caught by Fay. He turns around and extends it to about the 44. Caught it, I would say, about the 37-yard line, and he'll be shy of the 1st down. And Fay really had to double back around to get himself open field.
He's lucky enough he got, to gain more yards forward because, with the catch he made, if he would have been tackled when he was spinning around, he only had a 2-yard gain.
That was a 9-yard pickup. Korf will get it for a 2nd down and 2 at the 43. Airs it out near side, and this one is caught by Williams, and he is taken down at the 30. And that is something that Hawley is going to need to be aware of right now. Pelican Rapids is feeling it in the air. Another 1st down, 1:01 to play before the half. They lead 13-0. They are getting closer and closer to a 20-0 game.
Well, you think about it. They've been able to run the football. They've been able to, run with Korf and run with their 3-headed monster. And now Korf is starting to expand it into the pass game. I mean, he's just carving up the Nuggets.
Korf under center, 1st and 10 at the 27. A handoff to Zebel. No, Korf will keep it himself around the outside. And he almost outran his blocker before getting tackled by Sam Helgeson for the Hawley Nuggets. Positive yards again for Pelican Rapids and a 2nd down.
And, one thing I wanted to mention on that last play, McHale, he doesn't have to have his feet planted and drive the ball. He can throw off balance and stuff like that, which is a thing that's hard to judge as a defense because he can throw from any angle. I mean, it's dangerous. 2nd
down and 5. Snap to Korf. Shot towards the end zone, and Zebel had hands on it. Rather, McNeil had hands on the football, couldn't hang on, but Pelican Rapids at least will get the stoppage of play they were looking for without using one of their final 2 timeouts with 17.4 left before the half on our Community Co-op scoreboard.
I mean, that was just a beautiful play. It was man-to-man all the way through. Linebacker sat middle of the field, didn't extend up with that little post route or corner route, whatever you want to call it, depending on side of the field he's on. McHale put a perfect ball. It was just dropped.
Korf will line up for a 3rd down and 3. Pelican Rapids at Hawley's 20. Snap to Korf. Rolls out right side. Shoulder fakes downfield and then will connect with Zebel, who is tackled at the 5-yard line. A 15-yard pickup and a timeout taken by Pelican Rapids with 7.2 left before the half.
Let's see here. You're going to have a timeout remaining, I think, after this one. You really can't take any more underneath shots. You have to go for the end zone, or do you settle for 3 here? Is the 2 decisions that the Vikings have to make. But if you're going to take a shot, it's got to be a quick route. I mean, it's got to be something over the middle and quick.
13-0 Pelican Rapids. We'll be back. It's high school football on yourliveevent.com.
Providing construction services to the area, it's Four Corners Construction of Ada. Call Neil Miller, 218-790-5436 at Four Corners Construction for all your general building construction, remodeling projects, and new building construction. Four Corners is ready to get to work on your home, farm, or commercial business. Windows, gutters, seamless siding, roofing, and more. Let Four Corners take care of all your construction needs. Call Neil Miller at Four Corners Construction, 218-790-5436.
7.2 left to play before halftime. 13-0 Pelican Rapids. They lead Hawley, first and 10. First and goal. Pelican Rapids at Hawley's 7-yard line. We've seen touchdowns from Korf and Seabell, the two seniors tonight. Korf under center. Man in motion for Pelican Rapids. Korf rolls out left side, looks right, throws. This one in the hands of Hunter Williams, and the touchdown is in to make it 19-0.
I mean, there's nothing you can teach on that play. It was a perfect design rollout, but the thing was, it was a rollout to his left. Let's see here. Yes, it was to his left, which means that throw, he's got to turn his body and throw a cross-body pass to even get it there, just to put enough on it. And then, of course, Hunter Williams, great route on the outside to beat his man.
All this scoring has come in the second quarter. This touchdown comes with 3.3 left to play before halftime. Williams, touchdown number 2 of the season. Here comes the extra point. Kick from Linus looks good from here. The officials will confer, so the kick is good, and it is 20-0 Pelican Rapids, 3.3 before the half. It's high school football on YourLiveEvent.com.
The unknown consumes so much of our lives. That's why Concordia College in Moorhead, Minnesota is committed to providing clarity. We recognize that comparing colleges, especially the price, can be confusing. Concordia has always been a place where students of all economic backgrounds find success. And for next fall, we are reducing tuition by more than $15,000 so that any student who can imagine themselves at Concordia can be a Cobber. Now's the time to take a look at Concordia College, Moorhead, Minnesota. ConcordiaNow.com.
Heart of Lakes Meats in Pelican Rapids is a proud supporter of the Pelican Rapids Vikings. Thank you to the school district, coaches, and student athletes for their hard work and adaptability through the fall seasons. The future looks brighter, knowing we can face challenges together. The best way out is always through, and we believe we will all come through these challenges Viking strong. Heart of Lakes Meats is a USDA-inspected meat processing plant located in Pelican Rapids. We support our local farmers and community any way we can. Heart of Lakes Meats in Pelican Rapids.
20-0 Pelican Rapids. Kickoff for the Hawley Nuggets, taken to their 34-yard line. All they could do for Hawley is just land on top of that one. The way that kick just took some bounces on this cold grass. Joel Morgan, Joel Stets out here in Pelican Rapids in what is a cold final night of the 2020 football season at 11:59 tonight. All activities will be suspended for 4 weeks due to an order by Governor Tim Walz here in Minnesota. So this game originally scheduled to be played tomorrow afternoon, being played tonight.
I don't even know what you do if you're Hawley here.
Hawley has had some big plays on offense. They will go to Sam Burkle, who was stopped for a pickup of 6. The story of Hawley is, they've had some momentum plays, they've had some big drives, and they have just not been able to find the end zone as we go into the half, with Pelican Rapids leading Hawley 20-0 on the Community Co-op scoreboard. We'll be back to recap the first half. You're listening to Hawley and Pelican Rapids football on YourLiveEvent.com.
At Hawley Public Schools, their focus is on students. With preschool, before and after school enrichment, and community education, the Hawley Public Schools are able to provide learning opportunities for all students. With academic clubs, athletics, and fine arts, the Hawley Public Schools has the right club or organization for your student to become a member of. To learn more about programs and activities offered by the Hawley Public Schools, visit them online at hawley.k12.mn.us.
The purpose of the Hawley Nuggets Booster Club is to support and promote athletic activities at Hawley High School by uniting students, parents, coaches, faculty, staff, and the community in a way that enhances the sharing of school spirit and promotes moral and financial support. The club is open to anyone interested in the progress and development of the athletic programs at Hawley High School. Please consider becoming a member of the Hawley Nuggets Booster Club today by visiting HawleyBoosters.com. Go Nuggets!
Community Co-op provides energy solutions. Farm fuels, lubricants, propane, and natural gas are all available to farms, homes, businesses from Community Co-op. They enjoy working with their customers to meet your fuel and energy solutions. Call Community Co-op today, 1-888-935-2281 for farm fuel pricing, contract programs, farm lubricants, propane pricing, and delivery for farm, home, business, and natural gas service. Community Co-op appreciates the business of all current and new customers. Community Co-op, your co-op in your community.
The unknown consumes so much of our lives. That's why Concordia College in Moorhead, Minnesota is committed to providing clarity. We recognize that comparing colleges, especially the price, can be confusing. Concordia has always been a place where students of all economic backgrounds find success. And for next fall, we are reducing tuition by more than $15,000 so that any student who can imagine themselves at Concordia can be a Cobber. Now's the time to take a look at Concordia College, Moorhead, Minnesota. ConcordiaNow.com.
Nugget Sports Now with YourLiveEvent.com. More information from the Hawley School and Athletic Departments is featured on 106.5 KRJB each week. Join us for Hawley School News Thursdays at 1:15 on 106.5 KRJB. And the Hawley coaches are featured in the KRJB Coaches Corner program. It begins Saturdays at 9 a.m. The Hawley coaches are featured at approximately 10:45. Hawley School Athletics and Events with 106.5 KRJB and YourLiveEvent.com.
Heart of Lakes Meats in Pelican Rapids is a proud supporter of the Pelican Rapids Vikings. Thank you to the school district, coaches, and student athletes for their hard work and adaptability through the fall seasons. The future looks brighter, knowing we can face challenges together. The best way out is always through, and we believe we will all come through these challenges Viking strong. Heart of Lakes Meats is a USDA-inspected meat processing plant located in Pelican Rapids. We support our local farmers and community any way we can. Heart of Lakes Meats in Pelican Rapids.
20-0, Pelican Rapids leads the Hawley Nuggets. Joe Morgan, Joe Stetz out here at Pelican Rapids, and what has been a cold night. Joe, let's break down how that first half went. But first, let's get our first half scoring summary. It was a scoreless first quarter, a first quarter where we've seen turnovers on either side. And I don't know what it was, Joe, if it was some nerves, knowing this is the last game of the season, a day less of prep because of this game getting moved up to keep up with the governor's order. But that first half, I think if both teams could take it back, they would.
Not really the first half.
I mean, the first
yes,
quarter.
The first quarter, I would say, would be one that you chalk up and just say, let's forget about this. Let's move on. But that second quarter, things started opening up. Bigger plays started happening. Opportunities started happening. Just Pelican was the ones to be able to capitalize on them, where Hawley was not able to.
First touchdown came a minute into the second quarter as Mikhail Korf, an 18-yard touchdown run. The extra point from Linus was good. 7-0 would be the score. Next one with 4:47 to go before the half. It was Johnny Zebel, a 2-yard touchdown run. They would not get the extra point. 13-0 would be the score. And then Hawley looked like they had some momentum coming their way. An interception that brought the ball to midfield, actually at the 45-yard line. A penalty right off the bat. Things kind of fell apart for Hawley. Pelican Rapids got the ball with a little over a minute and a half left to go before halftime, and it was Williams with a 2-yard touchdown reception. Extra point would be good with 33 seconds left to play before the half. 20-0 Pelican Rapids. Joe, let's talk about Hawley's offense. They've done a lot of good things as the Hawley Nuggets. Sam Burkle has been the thing that's kept it moving, but they've had a good kickoff return, some interceptions. They just, for some reason, cannot keep momentum going on offense.
Well, it starts, with the play calling and stuff like that. It also starts with the players itself. Sam Burkle is the one that's basically kept Hawley in this game, like you just mentioned. But the quarterback has missed, some open throws. A couple plays where the Vikings were able to get a rush. He underthrows or made a more harder pass for him to make. But he's got to start being able to be more worried about or getting the completions down and keeping, so the Vikings aren't just keen on watching number 21, because that's what the Vikings have been doing. And when they try and add others in, it hasn't been working for them. So Hawley needs kind of a new game plan coming into the second half.
Yeah, Hawley again has had their moments in this first half, down 20-0 against the Pelican Rapids Vikings. Pelican Rapids once they got through the jitters of that first quarter, they started mixing things up on offense, and we saw, Joe, late in the second quarter as Mikhail Korf started connecting on some passes downfield. They started getting airborne, and I think that really put Hawley's defense kind of out of sorts.
Well, you know, there's an interesting stat I had from the Vikings. They are 3-0 this year when they score first. So you kind of take that into context. When they broke through and got into the end zone, that opening play, you know, maybe now the confidence is there. Now they know that they can play from ahead and, you know, be a little more aggressive on their play calling and defensive calling. It's pure, I just say confidence or just high energy from the Vikings where Hawley is not.
Something Pelican Rapids, I think, has done as well that has really been admirable on the offense, has really been positive on offense, is I don't think they've had any plays, very few if that, where they have lost yards. Even if it's been 1 or 2, 3 yards at a time, Pelican Rapids has done a great job keeping that momentum rolling. And again, Hawley has had those stretches that just not have strung them together like Pelican Rapids.
Correct. It's just, you know, the mistakes are piling up on the end of, you know, the Nuggets. You know, you go back to the play where they got the interception at midfield. You take a penalty like that, you almost have to come with a conservative play call to, like, run the football, try and get some kind of form of, you know, forward progress, or try and see if you can set something up. Where they tried to make 3 straight passes, gave the Vikings a 1 minute and 40-something seconds to work with, and of course, what do? They give up a touchdown right before the half.
20-0, Pelican Rapids leads Hawley on the Community Co-op scoreboard. This is high school football on YourLiveEvent.com, and it is a chilly Friday night. And Joe, I think a lot of the talk has been resiliency amongst these teams, and I think it would be something to be spoken on this broadcast and how resilient our young athletes have been, not just across Minnesota, but across this region and parts of the country, with how much yo-yoing has happened on their schedules, not knowing when you're going to play, if you're going to have a game every week. It's just, it's really showed a lot of resiliency.
You couldn't imagine something like this happening, you know, to the professionals, but it's happening to, you know, these kids in high school who, you know, are trying to just go out and have fun and do stuff like that. You're trying to, you know, let them play, and, you know, with all these cancellations, all these changes and all this, it's hard for one, you know, especially a coach, to make a game plan for his team to kind of get around, because then maybe 2 or 3 days later, you're going to have to scrap it and get ready for another team, or you're going to be on a short leash trying to catch up and learn about the team. But, you know, for both these teams, you know, to be above 500 is very impressive for how this season has gone. And right now it's just nothing's going for Hawley, you know, even though, you know, this is you know, if you look at this, there's no section championship. So, I mean, what do you consider this to these guys? Like, what is Hawley playing for? What is Pelican playing for coming into the second half?
Man, it's just one last time to be with your teammates, one last time to play on a Friday night for these seniors, last time in your career for everyone else, the last time here in this season, and what has been just an utterly, the term has been thrown around ad nauseum, but an unprecedented season, and a lot of resiliency shown by athletes. Other side of the bracket, Barnesville in action tonight. I've not gotten a scoring update there, but again, Joe, just a weird thing to think about when it comes to tonight's game is usually you're on Twitter, you're texting someone, you're trying to find the score on the other side of the bracket, and now it's just not the same meaning as to what happens in that Barnesville game.
There is nothing that, you know, has effect to this, you know, where, you know, especially in this area, you know, Barnesville, Hawley, you know, especially Barnesville was most likely going to make it out of their side. You know, it had been the battle for what team out of these two teams were to be taking them. And you got to think the rivalry with the Nuggets being so close, and also there's a rivalry with the Pelican Rapids Vikings, would have made a great game here in the Fargo Dome. But, you know, with the season, how it's been playing out, and how, you know, with the Governor Walsh decision made on Wednesday, we don't get to see that. We don't get to see a team claim the section championship out of this Section 8AA.
20-0, Pelican Rapids leads Hawley on the Community Co-op scoreboard. We'll be back with the second half on YourLiveEvent.com.
Cleveguard Apartments, with locations in Ada, Fargo, and Halstead, wish all the area teams the best of luck. Cleveguard Apartments, with locations and apartment complexes in Ada, Fargo, and Halstead. Also with self-storage and commercial rental space in Ada. Cleveguard Apartments. Call Mark at 701-866-7794. Best of luck to all the area teams from Mark and Geraldine at Cleveguard Apartments, with locations in Ada, Fargo, and Halstead. 701-866-7794.
Thinking about your financial future can get to be complicated. At Bighorn LLC, they simplify this with a step-by-step process that's easy to understand. Call Kurt Fillion at Bighorn to set up an appointment soon. 218-689-6880. He makes the planning process seem much less stressful while giving you tips and advice that line up with your goals. Retirement plans, investment strategies, financial protection, Medicare plans, they do it all at Bighorn, with office locations in Bemidji, Monaga, and Hawley. Call 218-689-6880 and book your appointment soon. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA and SIPC.
Larson Funeral Home has been a staple in the Pelican Rapids area for more than 75 years, so you can trust Larson Funeral Home to know their staff is committed to providing your family the highest quality of care and compassionate service in your time of need. And they take great pride to lighten your burden as you take the first steps toward healing. You can find them online at larsonfuneralpelicanrapids.com. Call them at 218-863-2441 and also find them at 304 3rd Street Southeast. Large enough to serve, small enough to care. Larson Funeral Home in Pelican Rapids.
Pelican Rapids Power Sports. They do repairs on all brands of jet skis, snowmobiles, ATVs, and small engines. Looking for a part to fix your machine? Check out their eBay store at www.ebay.com/str/Pelican Rapids Power Sports, or give them a call at 218-396-3300. They are located north of town in the Industrial Park at 44 Industrial Park Drive, Pelican Rapids.
Pelican Drug, located in Pelican Rapids, has served the hometown area and surrounding communities since 1982. Their friendly and experienced staff will treat you like family. At Pelican Drug, they believe that being a local independent pharmacy means providing healthcare services to their patients that are customized to meet their needs. To find them online, search www.pelicandrugrx.com for their services. Located 11 North Broadway on Main Street and reachable at 218-863-1441, Pelican Drug is open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m., and on Saturday from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Whether it's corn, soybean, alfalfa, or sunflower seed that you need, talk to Mitch or Tyler at Select Ag on Highway 59 in Monoman. Select Ag is your Pioneer seed dealer with Extend and Liberty Link soybean seed, and they have a good supply of corn, sunflower, and alfalfa seed available. Call today 218-936-4026, and Select Ag delivers. If it's seed that you need, think Select Ag of Monoman.
At Hawley Public Schools, their focus is on students. With great facilities, small class sizes, dedicated teachers and support staff, and a variety of course offerings, make Hawley Public Schools the perfect choice for your son or daughter's educational setting. To learn more about Hawley Public Schools, including calendars, directory, menus, and athletic information, visit them online at hawley.k12.mn.us or follow them on Facebook. Good luck nuggets from the Hawley Public Schools.
My U of M is real, hands-on, and will get me ready for anything. Crookston is the U of M for me.
$20-0, Pelican Rapids leads Hawley. Final few seconds of halftime here on YourLiveEvent.com. Final game of the season. Stay tuned for our post-game show. We'll name our player of the game, and we're also going to talk to either the winning coach or a winning player. So the victorious team will hear from their players and coaches in our post-game coverage here on YourLiveEvent.com. Joel and Joe out here on this what is a very cold Friday night.
J&J combo at work.
Pelican Rapids will be on our right. To our left will be the Hawley Nuggets, and Pelican Rapids will get the football to begin the second half. it's a hard situation to be in, Joe, because Pelican Rapids wants to keep the foot on the gas, but I think they don't want to short the seconds that could come with a larger lead on this season. Here comes the kickoff, and that is grabbed at the 15, but the official will blow the whistle. Not sure what that was for, Joe.
I don't know if he blew the whistle to basically start the play, I think is what came with it. The kicker, I guess, wasn't looking at the official and kind of went off on his own, I feel is what they're going to call it, because there's no flag, there's no nothing. It was just a stoppage in play and basically just a re-kick. You look back at that was a really good kick and really hit hard and deep, and it's just unfortunate that it has to, get taken back and re-kicked.
Sam Burkle has been the do-all guy today for Hawley. He does the kick-in, and he'll have to come out and try to mirror that same kickoff against Pelican Rapids. So 12 minutes up on our community co-op scoreboard, Pelican Rapids and the Hawley Nuggets. Final 24 minutes of the season for these two teams, win, lose, or draw. Pelican Rapids has two, each near a hash or far hash midfield at about the 15, about 10-yard line, and the kick this time will be on the ground, and it's just landed on at Pelican Rapids' 32-yard line.
I mean, you look at just like what the field position could have been. I mean, are you saying that he gets tackled for 5 yards and gets behind the 20-yard line? Now the Vikings are at about the 32-yard line. I mean, it's the little things that is going wrong for Hawley that's going right for Pelican that kind of is the story of the game so far.
Pelican Rapids will be at their 33-yard line for a 1st and 10. Hogan Fay, receiver far side. Under center will be the quarterback, Mikhail Korf. Korf a touchdown to his credit in this game, and he will keep it himself. Korf to the 40, to the 45. Down at the 46, a good run for Korf and a 1st down.
I mean, it legitimately looked like a Viking ship going ahead there. You had, Mikhail riding the middle, and you had like a triangle around him, kind of leading the way. I mean, the Vikings' run offense is based and started with Mikhail Korf in his running attack. Of course, later on in the game, he'll incorporate the pass, but, I mean, what a big game he's had so far today.
1st and 10 at the 46. Pelican Rapids opening drive of the second half, 20-0 their lead. Korf under center will go to his deep back for Dorm, and he is down at a 1st down marker, but a flag comes down, and judging by the position, imagine it's going to be a holding call coming somewhere on the line. It will be a hold against the Vikings.
Right as I give him a little credit, right? A little holding penalty. But still, I mean, you're looking at how the Vikings are running the football. I don't see many white jerseys at all getting into the backfield on runs. I don't see them blowing up the plays, where Pelican, when they're on the defensive end, they're blowing up the plays and stuff like that. So it's a little more of an effort thing, and the Vikings are just winning that battle right now. It could help. They're up 20-0 and have nothing. There's nothing to lose either side, or nothing really to gain.
1st and 15. Make that 1st and 20. Pelican Rapids bump back to their 45-yard line. And Korf with the keeper run to the right side, gets a crease. The original line of scrimmage and then some. He'll get himself 12 and makes it a 2nd down, make it a 3rd down and manageable.
Again, that is something Hawley cannot allow. I mean, you finally get a penalty to knock them back on a drive where, you have a chance. You stop them here, you go down to quick score. You have a lot of time to work with. But, of course, on a 1st and 20, you give up 11 on the carry. Now it's setting up for a suitable 2nd and 9.
3rd down.
2nd up.
For the, 2nd down for the Pelican Rapids Vikings. 2nd down and 8. Coming under center will be Korf. Pelican leads 20-0. Korf the snap, looks right side, checks his receivers, takes this shot downfield, and it's knocked away. Caden Murphy, the corner, a great play to knock this one away from Williams.
Very good play there by the Nuggets. It was just a simple 2-man route. You had a little post route on the outside with Williams. You had an out route. Both were basically taken up. Mikhail, of course, probably would have played into that is the 20-0 lead. Tried to drive one in there and get the 1st down, and very good play there by the Hawley Nuggets defense by breaking it up and making it now a 3rd and long.
3rd down and 8, Pelican Rapids. They're at their 47. 10:28 to go before the half. Korf in the pocket. A lot of pressure. Screen pass will connect with McNeil, who will extend this one to the 1st down.
What a great effort there. He will be able to pick up the 1st down with that one. But you see the play, you saw it develop, you saw a lot of white jerseys breaking through. Well, you're wondering how did they get such a free release? Well, they were setting up a screen on the backside, and it just, he catches it 2 or 3 yards in front of the line of scrimmage, gets hit 4 yards still to go to the first down marker, and just fights and finds his way to getting the first down. It's pure effort at this point in time right now.
Verdorn was the one who made the reception for the first down. 1st and 10 Vikings at Hawley's 44-yard line, and Korf fakes the handoff while keeping himself the defense right on him. He'll be stopped for no gain. Ball came loose, but the play was ruled dead. Hawley, though, give him credit for playing through it until the official told him, hey, it's a dead ball, but a second down for Pelican Rapids.
Now let's see if the Hawley can build off of something like that. Even though how small and how, it only was maybe a 2-yard carry, you stopped them. You didn't allow them to go forward. You didn't allow them to gain any more momentum. You stopped them right in the tracks. Can Hawley build off of something like this to going, trying to get their offense on the field, still only down 20-0?
2nd down and 8. Pelican Rapids at Hawley's 42-yard line, 20-0. They're late here in the third quarter. Korf fakes a handoff, run to the right side. He'll get the first down before being stopped by Caden Murphy. Murphy, the senior corner, coming off a 6-tackle performance. Their last game, a loss against Otter Tail Central. He has been a key piece to this Hawley defense,
especially over the season. I think he leads the team with interceptions at 4, but there's nothing he can do. I mean, the one thing that going into the game that I kind of saw was for the Hawley Nuggets, it's basically 2 or 3 people in the defensive that can get it done. I mean, not many others fill up the stat sheets where Pelican is just running away from them.
1st and 10 at the 31 of Hawley for Pelican Rapids. Korf will hand this one off. It's a run around the right side for the Pelican Rapids Vikings, and that ball was put into the hands of Carter Johnson, and he'll pick up some positive yardage here on his first carry of the game.
Good run there. With the kind of confusion that Mikhail has been doing on most of his quarterback draws where he fakes one side, goes back to the other side, he kind of did that little action, but he hands it off, gets it out, a little bit of a stretch play, and able to pick up positive yards, especially Carter Johnson, first carry of the game for him.
Johnson picks up 8, 2nd down and 8. Pelican Rapids at Hawley's 24-yard line. 8:20 and counting left in the third quarter, and Korf will fake the handoff, brings it himself, first down, and then some, stopped at about the 12-yard line. Pelican Rapids is rolling here in the third quarter.
Other than the one play at right at midfield, I don't think Mikhail has ran the ball on a quarterback draw like that for under 6 yards. I think every play he has had big chunk yards going forward and keeping the Vikings drive alive and keeping the clock moving.
Korf came into this game with 270 rushing yards. I imagine he has well surpassed 300 on this shortened season. 1st and 10, Pelican Rapids at Hawley's 15-yard line. See if they keep it on the ground. Korf will hand it off to Johnny Ziebel. Forces his way up to the 1-yard line. Will get an extra push. What are the officials going to say? Ziebel is going to stop, I believe, will be at the 1-yard line, and a 1st and goal.
Again, just another brilliant run. Just kind of, with Johnny Ziebel being a little bit of a bigger back, he's able to power and find his way. But the one thing that, is, again, a little thing that never will get on the stat sheet is when he's on his feet, his offensive lineman and everyone else is still pushing him forward, continuing to push him towards the end zone.
1st and goal from the 1 for Pelican Rapids. Korf under center. Snap comes, turns around, and hands it off. Ziebel with the ball. I think he is stopped for a loss. No, it'll be a touchdown. And Carson McNeil got the handoff. McNeil finds the end zone for the first time. 26-0 Pelican Rapids. McNeil picking up rushing touchdown number 2 of the season.
Just a very nice play. You've been seeing it. The ones that stay inside are usually Mikhail, Korf, and Johnny Ziebel. On the outsides, not really needed them so far in this game, but it's always nice to get a contribution.
Here comes the extra point attempt. This one good from where we stand, good from the officials, and Pelican Rapids will take a 27-0 lead with 7:27 left in the third quarter on the Community Co-op scoreboard. It's high school football on YourLiveEvent.com.
The Hawley Nuggets Booster Club helps support Nugget athletics with various projects each year. Past projects include gym flooring, baseball and softball scoreboards, donations to the dance and wrestling teams, and the new high school weight room. If you are interested in the progress and development of the athletic programs at Hawley High School, please consider becoming a Booster Club member. Membership is available on monetary amounts of $25, $50, $100, and $250. Visit HawleyBoosters.com for more information.
27-0. Pelican Rapids Vikings lead the Hawley Nuggets. Thanks for joining us on YourLiveEvent.com. Carson McNeil scoring his second touchdown of the season for the Pelican Rapids Vikings. The Hawley Nuggets, again, have had some shining moments on offense, but they have just not strung them together. This will be their first look of offense in the second half on a scoring drive that burned off nearly 5 minutes of this third quarter.
And just a deflating drive there by the Vikings because everything went positive. There was no negative plays against them.
Here comes the kickoff, and this one will be played on the hop by Burkle. He'll touch it at the 19-yard line, will turn upfield, and is stopped right where he picked it up. Logan Fay made the initial contact, and Burkle, after fumbling that kickoff, could not recover. And Hawley will start this drive at their 20-yard line. And let's see if this offense can find a way to sustain a drive 80 yards and get on the scoreboard down 27-0 with 7:21 left in the third quarter and 19 minutes, 21 seconds left on their 2020 season. Hawley will come to the line of scrimmage, 1st and 10 at their 20. Sunday gets the snap, a little low. He'll hand it off to his deep back, Burkle, and he is greeted by a wall of Vikings at the line of scrimmage, a yard, maybe 2 on that run.
It looked like the Hawley Nuggets tried to be a little more creative on this one and try and give him a handoff, not, kind of like in the I-back formation, kind of giving him out of the shotgun to see if he had a little more room to see what hole to hit. And there was just nothing there, and every hole was kind of plugged up there by the Vikings.
Burkle's second carry for negative yards. First one was for a loss of 4. This one for a loss of 1. 2nd down and 11. Hawley back to their 19-yard line. Clock continues to move. 6:40 and counting left in the third quarter. One receiver on either side for the quarterback. Sunday will line up with his running back, Burkle, to his right. Snap comes. Burkle gives a block. Throw up the middle, and this one connects for a first down.
Great throw there. Great throw. Kind of playing a little softer man on the outsides. Mikhail Korf, playing about 10 yards back. Little slant route right over the top of the linebacker and just inside the numbers of where Mikhail Korf would have been right on the play. Beautiful pass, and it goes for a first down. Let's see if that's something Hawley can continue to move on.
Koski makes the catch for the Hawley Nuggets, 1st and 10 at their 32-yard line. That was a 12-yard reception. Snap to Sunday will go to his running back, Burkle, around the outside. He needs to turn upfield. He does, and is greeted by Justin Verdorn for Pelican Rapids, who corrals him out of bounds. It's a 2nd down and 7 for the Nuggets.
What a great fundamental play there by number 17, Justin Verdorn. Here's why. You see him at the angle. Most guys want to attack upfield and try and get him for a loss. What he did on that play, he went sideways and met him kind of where he was going to kind of make a cutback, but he was in position for that cutback at all times. I mean, that play could have, if he steps up and be aggressive, it could have been a longer play.
2nd down and 5. Hawley at the 37-yard line. Burkle will get the handoff, tries to change directions on the left, but the defense stuck with him, and he will be stopped for maybe a yard, and it's Zebo with the tackle, and a 3rd down and 5 for Hawley.
It looks like the Vikings have found something that has been able to contain, Sam Burkle, especially in the second quarter and on, because he hasn't had the big plays like he had in that first quarter, and he hasn't been able to take over the game that the Hawley Nuggets wish they would have had from him.
5 minutes left in the third quarter, 27-0 Pelican Rapids. Hawley, a 3rd down and 4 at their own 38, and a throw towards the flat. It connects with Koski, who extends it to the 44-yard line of the Pelican Rapids Vikings, and that's the pass play Hawley needed. Let's see if they can continue this drive down 27-0.
I mean, great route there by Koski out there. Just a little, get to the sticks, turn around, do a little curl route, and, make the catch, turn upfield, see if you get anything else. It was a missed tackle there by the Vikings. Could have been stopped at the sticks, maybe a gain of 1 afterwards, but, Hawley's now starting to find something here.
1st and 10, Hawley at Pelican Rapids 42. Sunday gets the snap, throws left side, will connect at the 35-yard line. And that was Carson Brewer with the pickup. That is good for 6 and a 2nd down and 4.
So now with, the Vikings settling on on Burkle. Now the Hawley Nuggets have started trying to open up the pass game a little bit, and they're having success. So now here's where it gets tricky, because this is where the Vikings have been good all day today.
Second down and 1 for the Hawley Nuggets. Snap and a handoff to Burkle. Run around the left side. Defense is on him, and he is tackled at the 40. Burkle was deep behind the line of scrimmage, and Pelican Rapids defense stuck with him. It was 3 Vikings who made the tackle. Weston Funk initiated the contact. 2 teammates came in for the assist. And what was a second and 1 is now a 3rd down and 6 for the Hawley Nuggets.
And again, another great play on a fundamental tackle. You had 3 of them this time. One could shoot up and try and get it. No, all 3 stay contained, keep pushing them to the outside, and basically forcing them. It's either out of bounds or you got to cut back into us. Just a great play on the Vikings defense, getting the loss.
3rd down and 6 for the Hawley Nuggets. Back to their 41. Snap low to Sunday. Gets it. He is pressured by Funk. Will throw a screen pass. Connects with Burkle. Burkle's got all sorts of open field. Picks up a block near side. Gets the first down. A broken play for the Hawley Nuggets, but they will take it as they get a fresh set of downs and a 1st and 10 inside of the 40 of Pelican Rapids.
It wasn't a broken play. It was like what the Vikings did. It was just a screen play. Let all the offensive linemen come and just drop it off and see what you can do. When Burkle has 4 Hawley Nuggets out in front of him, it's a lot easier for him to pick up the first down and more on a play like that.
1st and 10, ball at the 29-yard line of Pelican Rapids. Hawley trails 27-0. 3:09 left in the 3rd quarter. Sunday, the quarterback, drops back, stands upright now, gets pressured, moves to the outside, and he is pinned at the 41-yard line.
I mean, what a rush. I mean, he ain't going to get credited for the sack, but he's going to get credited with the quarterback hurry there. Number 79, Nick Hallgrud. But, Weston Funk and Liam Seitzma being there to help bring him down. And that is a big, big loss, especially after a big play. The most recent play by Hawley.
2nd and long for Hawley, and it's been the story of the game for the Nuggets. They get some momentum, they get the big plays, and then the deeper they get to Pelican Rapids territory, the more they struggled. 2nd down and 24. Hawley back to the 40-yard line. Sunday needs to take a deep shot. Will go left end zone, and this one in the hands of Brewer, and he may have had the catch, but it was out of play. And actually, looking at that now, I believe that was Koski who was out there on the sideline. He could not get the ball in bounds, and it makes it a 3rd and long.
I mean, there's nothing you can say, maybe a little overthrown, but that was the only place that pass could have gone without being deflected or intercepted and giving his guy a chance. The cornerback on that play didn't get his head turned around soon enough, couldn't find the football. It was a free chance to go up and get it without being real contested, and it just so happened to get a little overthrown where it had to make a sideline catch.
3rd and 24 for the Hawley Nuggets. Back at Pelicans 40. Sunday in the pocket. To the near side, near the numbers. Steep downfield, and Hawley wants a pass interference after being knocked down. After seeing Justin Koski get knocked down, they won't get it. It's a 4th and long with 2:10 left in the quarter.
From my vantage point, it looked like maybe a little contact in the Pelican Rapids Vikings, but at the same time, with 4 around the area, probably officials are calling, saying maybe he just got tripped up being around so many people. I clearly wasn't watching for it. I just know he fell down, and, I mean, maybe the Vikings did get away with one there.
4th and long, and no choice for Hawley, even down by 27, but to punt the football. Sam Burkle will do the punting. Here it comes. Korf will watch it roll by, and that's a good punt. It will pin him inside of the 5. Pelican Rapids will get the ball. 27-0 advantage for the Pelican Rapids Vikings on our community co-op scoreboard. Thanks for joining us here on yourliveevent.com. Pelican Rapids and Hawley playing what is going to be the last game of the season.
I mean, if you're with that comment there being the last game of the season, which it is, as harsh or as rude as it is to say, it is. It is very, that way. But, from the scoreboard, who's going to go into basically, if you want to call it the off season, with a smile on their face? I mean, it just.
Pelican Rapids will start this drive at their 5. I believe it is an empty backfield for Korf. No, he'll have 1 in the backfield, and that is exactly who he gives the ball to. Johnny Zebel will pound his way right up the middle and get himself 3 to make it a 2nd down and 7.
I mean, you look at where they're at in the field, look at the scoreboard. You don't need the big play. And especially, on the Vikings' part, just running the football up the field. If you have to punt the football away, your defense has been dominant all day. But, you have to get out of the shadow of your end zone here. You just have to get out of the shadow of your end zone.
Pelican Rapids back to the line of scrimmage. Zebel picked up 3, second down and 7. Pelican Rapids at their 8-yard line. Korf will hand it off to the man in motion, and they will get short yardage. Jaden Rutherford, a name we haven't said a whole lot, at least carry-wise today. We'll pick up a few more to make it about a 3rd and 5.
Looked like on that play, he's running behind his blockers, maybe tripped up himself. It could have been, more closer to the stick, make it a shorter 3rd down, but, they're going to have to settle for looks like a 3rd and 4, I'd say.
Nearing a minute left in this third quarter, 27-0 Pelican Rapids, all 27 points. 20 of those 27 points coming in the third quarter. Snap to Korf, looks towards the flat, finds Zebel. Zebel gets some blocking, first down, and then some. He is finally tackled at the 25-yard line. And we're going to see a flag come back at the line of scrimmage. But a nice tackle coming down the stretch from Joey Acree, the end for the Hawley Nuggets. The play will be called back on the hold, but still a great tackle nonetheless.
Actually, it's not going to be a hold. Actually, it was Liam Steitzma got out early on that kind of screen play, got a Hawley Nugget in the back, pushed him forward, so it is going to be an illegal block in the back. Same kind of penalty. It draws the Vikings back to now it looks like the original line of scrimmage.
So Pelican Rapids will go back to a 3rd and 10. Ball inside of their 5, 52.7 left, and what is continuing to become a chillier night out here in Pelican Rapids. Korf will come under center. He'll have 2 in the backfield. They'll need to make up some yardage here to get some free of their end zone, and we're going to see flags come down all around, and it's a call against Pelican Rapids. False start. They'll go half the distance of the goal.
That's the only time you feel like you don't get real penalized is when you're this close, even though it's not good to be against it. But instead of having a 5-yard penalty, it turns into a 1 or 2 yard penalty. Still, nonetheless, it's not a very good time to have a penalty.
3rd and 13 for Pelican Rapids. They're on their own 4-yard line. Korf inside of his end zone, gets pressure, rips, throws, this one near sideline, caught for a first down. Rutherford will continue to bring this one upfield, and he is tackled at the 30. Pelican Rapids had the pressure, and they find Rutherford. Grace under fire for Mikhail Korf, and a big play for Pelican Rapids and a first down.
I mean, that ball went 25, 30 yards in the air. I mean, have to step up in the pocket. Beautiful throw on the money. But you can't disagree. It was great coverage on the outside. Just Rutherford got to the outside shoulder, got his body turned around to make the catch, and it was just unfortunate for the Hawley Nuggets that he was able to stay on his feet and continue to gain more yards.
And credit the secondary for Hawley to stay with that play and try to rip and strip as it's a 1st and 10 at the 27 of Hawley. Korf will keep it himself, runs to the left side, starts picking up some blocking. He'll continue to truck upfield just shy of the first down. Actually, I don't want to speak too soon. We'll see where the spot comes. That will be just shy, a 9-yard pickup for Korf, and 5 seconds left before the quarter, and Pelican Rapids will let things get down to 0. It is 27-0 Pelican Rapids leads on our community co-op scoreboard. We'll be back with more football on YourLiveEvent.com.
Jennifer Giesland with Hawley Tax Services would like to work with you on your individual income taxes. Hawley Tax Services can help you with your federal and state income taxes, as well as Minnesota property tax and rent refund. Jennifer Giesland at Hawley Tax Services can provide service for sole proprietors, daycares, and more. Call Hawley Tax Services 218-329-5048 or email Jennifer at hawleytaxservice.com. Hawley Tax Services would like to wish the best of luck to all of our Hawley Nugget teams and students.
Valley Plains Equipment, Hillsboro, and Crookston are hiring service technicians. These positions are full-time with competitive wage, earning up to $40 per hour, plus benefits package and a great work environment. Contact Mike at Valley Plains Equipment, 1-800-972-2561. Valley Plains Equipment, Hillsboro, and Crookston is looking to hire service technicians, earning up to $40 per hour. Contact Mike at Valley Plains Equipment, 1-800-972-2561. 602-2561.
We'd like to welcome you back, and we want to take a chance to acknowledge a sponsor, our community co-op sponsor or scoreboard sponsor, Community Co-op of Lake Park, Detroit Lakes, Monoman, Twin Valley, and Flom. Contact them for propane delivery and residential, commercial, and agriculture purposes. Community co-ops also offer bulk fuel and oil delivery. Natural gas will be available in your area. Contact Community Co-op today, 218-238-5911. As your Community Co-op scoreboard is the Vikings leading the Hawley Nuggets 27-0. Back to you, Joel.
Thank you, Joe. And a play out of the start of the quarter went to Johnny Zebel on the pitch. He lost it on the flat, and he was able to retain the football. It's a 3rd down and 2 for the Pelican Rapids Vikings, and Korf bringing himself for the first down. He'll move towards the outside, finally tackled, but the chains should move for Pelican Rapids.
I mean, just what the Vikings wanted to come into today. Establish the run, be able to make, the big plays when they need them, and be able to play aggressive and very good defense. They've done all three. They've checked all 3 boxes today, and it's a matter of 1 quarter left. Do the Vikings? I see with this being the last game of the year, you keep your foot on the pedal, and you just try and give everyone a chance.
1st and 10, Pelican Rapids at Hawley's 15-yard line, 27-0 their lead. Every second that counts closer to 0 is a second lost on the season for either one of these teams. Korf will move himself under center. Korf will have a handoff. It's a run to the outside and a pickup of about 3. The ball was in the hands of Johnson. That is his 2nd carry of the game.
And his first carry happened to be a touchdown. I mean, now you're starting to get a little more of these youth players in, trying to mix them in. I mean, give them a chance. Last game of the season, you won't have any sports for another month now. Try and give everyone on the field a opportunity to play in tonight's game.
Yeah, Johnson, the sophomore, 2 carries in the game. He'll line up behind Zebel, and it will be a run to the right side for Pelican Rapids and a whole wall of Nuggets defenders there. Should be no gain, and we'll make it a 3rd and 6 as we move to 10.5 left in this game. Stay tuned at our post-game show. We'll name our Energy Player of the Game. We'll also get a chance to talk to the winning coach and a player from the winning team here on our post-game show on yourliveevent.com. I'd like to tell you about what other games we have on throughout our properties after tonight, but at this point, with that 4-week shutdown and schedules being moved, we'll have to check your live event after tonight. 3rd down and 6, Pelican Rapids at Hawley's 14-yard line. Korf under center, drops back in the pocket, checks receivers, wants to run, gets mixed up with Zebel, throws this one, is able to connect, and Pelican Rapids will get some positive yardage, and he'll connect with Carson McNeil, but a great job by Korf for keeping his head on his shoulders with all that pressure.
I mean, just the ability to ad-lib there. I mean, play broke down, he was a little rollout, he tries stepping up, had pressure in his face, decides to back it out, shakes a tackle, and then gets a guy to throw off. And as he was going forward, maybe trying to get, himself for a first down or something, he gets, hit from behind and just butterflies it to his Carson McNeil. I mean, what a great play there by McHale.
4th and 1, Korf will get the extra push, will get the first down, keeps the legs churning, and he is finally stopped in the end zone, a 10-yard touchdown run, and Pelican Rapids will hang on 6 more on our Community Co-op scoreboard.
I mean, Hawley's got to be expecting that. 4th and 1, hurrying up to the line. You see this all the time in, the colleges and the pro ranks. Usually if they're rushing up to the line, they're either going to try and get you to jump or they're going to try and run a quarterback sneak. That quarterback sneak, I think he just rode his Vikings into the end zone legitimately there.
33-0 Pelican Rapids. Linus trying to make it a 34-0 game. Here it comes, the snap and the kick. It's good. The extra point is good. And Pelican Rapids extends their lead to 34-0 on a Community Co-op scoreboard. It's high school football on yourliveevent.com.
Pelican Rapids Power Sports. They do repairs on all brands of jet skis, snowmobiles, ATVs, and small engines. Looking for a part to fix your machine? Check out their eBay store at www.ebay.com/str/Pelican Rapids Power Sports, or give them a call at 218-396-3300. They are located north of town in the Industrial Park at 44 Industrial Park Drive, Pelican Rapids.
At Hawley Public Schools, their focus is on students. With over 950 students, the Hawley Public Schools strive to provide a personalized learning experience for each and every one of their students to be the best that they can be. The lessons taught at Hawley Public Schools will stay with students not just throughout their academic career, but through adulthood as well. For more information about the Hawley Public Schools, visit them online at hawley.k12.mn.us or like them on Facebook at Hawley Nuggets. Good luck, Nuggets, from the Hawley Public Schools.
Pelican Rapids with a 34-0 lead against the Hawley Nuggets. High school football on yourliveevent.com. A playoff game, but win or lose, or the team that wins will not play past tonight. Burkle will grab the kickoff up to the 20, to the 25, towards the outside, and is stopped at the 28-yard line. A flag's going to come down, and I imagine it's going to be against Pelican Rapids, coming on the timing of the flag and the hit. So penalty will come, 9:07 left in the game. Stay tuned for our post-game show. We will name our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game and show a lot of players on this Pelican Rapids team who are really working their way towards getting that.
I in my opinion, there's one man that's kind of been able to continue with the Vikings' dominance today, and I think we both know who that player is so far today.
34-0. Hawley trails, and the Nuggets would love to break this shutout, would like to get one of their seniors in the end zone, and Sunday will come under center, and it's a handoff. Actually, there has been a quarterback change as Hawley gets a run for 10 yards, and it
is number 18, Leighton Leister.
So it looks like Hawley may have swapped out some of their starters.
New quarterback
Bradley Olson
7
has come out to play quarterback here in this fourth quarter. So the Hawley Nuggets are going to try to get something going with what looks like their secondary offensive unit. Leister in the backfield, a handoff and a run towards the right side. The Nuggets will get a first down.
And it looks like the Viking defense has also done the same thing, kind of adding in, a couple more of the younger players, giving them a chance here. I mean, with a 34-0 lead, running clock, this is the best time to do it.
So some younger guys will get on the field. Coach Peter Nadd said in our pregame show his most exciting part of this season is the fact they went winless last year, and the Hawley Nuggets won't have a losing record this year. Some resiliency on his team. Under center is Bradley Olson, and a run up the middle. Hawley will be shy of a first down, and I believe Leister, again, the sophomore running back, will pick up some yardage.
What's the term for those movie stars that get an award for best actor and stuff like that?
The term?
Yeah, the term, or what's the award?
The Oscar?
The Oscar. Well, number 22 for I don't know his name at the time. He should have got an Oscar there. He was pretending like he had the football the whole time as he was crossing the 45, the 50, and he had 3 Vikings looking at him like the whole time, not knowing to tackle him.
2nd down and 4 for the Hawley Nuggets, and the Nuggets will get a big run, and they might find the end zone. Shane Todd will bring this one in, and that is a big run there, a 59-yard touchdown run, and the secondary unit gets it done for Hawley. They'll break the shutout, and that is something you want to happen in the final game of the year, Joe.
Yeah, instead of giving them the Oscar, or that stuff, they gave him a touchdown. How that works out is pretty good, but just like the last play, it was the exact same play, opposite fields, and like I said last time, he sold it so well going down the field that no one knew if he had it. That time he got it. He went to the second level, and by the time they realized he had it, he was in the end zone.
Shane Todd, the touchdown for the Hawley Nuggets. The Nuggets will try to make it a 34-8 game with 7:34 to play, and a run towards the outside, and they will find it. It is Leighton Leister with the 2-yard touchdown run. Hawley's on the scoreboard. It is 34-8, 7:34 left in the game. Back with more high school football on yourliveevent.com.
The Minnesota State High School League reminds us that the educational value of this event is more important than its outcome. Respect for others, including opponents and officials, is one of those values. Support today's teams with the respect they deserve. When you have a great team and great fans, a great game is practically a given. So, root for your team and enjoy every moment of today's game. This reminder is brought to you by the Minnesota State High School League.
Hawley Nuggets get on the scoreboard. It was a 51-yard touchdown run coming on their secondary unit. Shane Todd, the senior, able to find the end zone. 2-point conversion from Leighton Leicester in. And on our community co-op scoreboard, 34-8, Hawley Nuggets break the shutout. Something you'd like to see as a neutral fan on the final game of the season is at least for Hawley to get into the end zone. But I think the Nuggets hungry right now, playing for pride. Both teams playing for pride at this point with no game after tonight. But Hawley really looking to try to make a late push against this Pelican Rapids team.
If not a late push, just an opportunity to go into the offseason knowing you put your best effort out there.
Here comes a return from the Pelican Rapids Vikings. It will be to the 42-yard line. 7:27 and counting. I think that's 7:26 now left to play in the game.
And with that last score, the running clock stops because it's not over 30. So the clock stops. Hawley can get a stop here and try and get another score. I mean, they need the ball back before the 6-minute mark if they even need something like that. But at the same time, you're asking them to score in under 30 seconds.
And we're going to see Pelican Rapids likely bring Timmy Guler in the secondary unit out, and that is exactly what they'll do. So both teams have gone to their bench one last time on this Friday night. Guler under center, 1st and 10 from the 42-yard line. He'll keep it himself, a run towards the left, and he gets 9. The freshman quarterback, Timmy Guler, gets some yards.
What a great run. I mean, if you didn't make the comment there that they switched quarterbacks, you would have thought it was the exact same player. I mean, that was just a textbook same run as McHale would run, and to gain about the same yardage he would. And the thing is, he's a little bit smaller frame than McHale. I think is at like 6'1". Timmy's at like 5'10", and he's probably 20, 30 pounds lighter. So I mean, just the fact to run through the middle and gain 9 like that, as powerful as he ran there, that was a good gain there.
Second down for Pelican Rapids. Schooler under center again. A run himself. He'll get the first down and a few more. So a first down for the Pelican Rapids Vikings. Talked to both of these coaches, Joe, in the pregame, and I asked them both to, and Coach Nance gave me a great answer because he said, I think you put me on the spot. But I said, pick 2 words to describe what the senior class, if you had to pick 2 words to describe them, and pick the legacy you think they left. And both of them said they felt these seniors had great leadership and paved a way for the younger generations of Vikings and Nuggets football. And when you see a freshman quarterback come in a varsity game like that and mimic what his senior counterpart does, is you know that has been passed down.
Yes, and it's good. It's not just coaching on that end. It's good mentorship by the senior quarterback, adapting and helping this young quarterback come into play.
1st and 10 at the 46 of Hawley is Pelican Rapids, and a handoff and a run towards the right side. Big yardage coming for Pelican Rapids, and I think we're going to see another touchdown. No, a touchdown-saving tackle comes at the 5-yard line. Zebel with the big run, a mix-up of the seniors and the freshmen, and Pelican Rapids gets some big yardage shy of the end zone.
And again, just a great up-and-down run, north and south, just completely keeping his shoulders straight, and as soon as he gets into that second level, he just turns on the boosters. Just didn't have enough to get there, but, I mean, a big play there again, especially with the second stringers out there.
Inside of 6 left to play in this game. In fact, closer to 5.5. There's 5:45 in county left. 34-8 Pelican Rapids leads Hawley. Pelican Rapids a 1st and 10, 1st and goal at the 3 of the Hawley Nuggets. And Guler will turn around and hand it off. And a run from Justin Verdorn, and he is in the end zone. Pelican Rapids leads 40-8.
Just another great north and south run. Basically gets the handoff and just puts his head and shoulder down and just barrels his way into the end zone. Nothing the Vikings can do seemingly can go wrong for them right now. It's one of those games where, the Hawley Nuggets, you just got to try and create as many positives out of it as you can, but sometimes you can't stop them.
5:33 left to play in the game. Pelican Rapids a 40-8 lead. They will attempt an extra point, and I believe they have changed kickers in the scenario as well. Enrique Rodriguez-Lopez will come out to kick. Snap comes. Rodriguez-Lopez is kicked, is blocked. So a nice job of block kick for Hawley. And I believe the block for the Nuggets came on a great run. If I could get my roster out here. There we go. Braxton Bowe, the sophomore, I believe was the one who was able to block that extra point attempt. So 40-8, Pelican Rapids with the lead on a community co-op scoreboard. High school football will return on yourliveevent.com.
Norman County Implement, Highway 9, North Ada. Call 218-784-2961 for the latest trades, including this 2012 Massey Ferguson 9565 Combine. Has 1,700 engine hours, 1,200 separator hours, priced at $123,000. Also newly traded 2 Amity toppers. Both are 2011 model years. Both are 12-row 22-inch. Both are local trades, each priced at $20,000. Check out these trades and more at Norman County Implement, Highway 9, North Ada. They thank you for your business.
Welcome back to high school football on yourliveevent.com. Pelican Rapids with a 40-8 lead over the Hawley Nuggets. Remaining in the game, 5 minutes, 33 seconds. Touchdown came for Verdorn for the Pelican Rapids Vikings. Pelican Rapids and Hawley both mixing up their younger players and older players in this last stretch of the season. Kickoff from Pelican Rapids. Hawley will make the play at the 25-yard line, and that one is a return by Hegna, and he gets himself a good return as he extends it to the 44-yard line.
Just what Hawley needs. You know, they have not been able to do it on the offense as much. I mean, they had that one breakout 51-yard run on the last possession, but throughout the game, the one thing that, you know, has created a little bit of a spark for them has been their kick returning when they get the opportunity to have a clean one with blocking in front. I mean, it's just another one where, you know, you gain about 30 yards, and, you know, let's see if the Hawley Nuggets can come back and have a little more resilience and put another one on the scoreboard.
1st and 10, Hawley at their own 44-yard line. Coach Nance said he has been satisfied with how this team is able to bounce back after the rough year last year. Olson, the quarterback, and he will hand this one off right up the A-gap. Have not caught the number as there is a white and black jersey just pile forming in front of us, and that one will go into the hands of Leighton Leaser, the sophomore running back. And 4 minutes, 29 seconds left to play in this fourth quarter. 40-8, Pelican Rapids advantage. Hawley steps to the line of scrimmage for a 2nd down and 6. And a handoff again will go to Leighton Leaster, and he'll get himself some yards.
You know, as we wind down to the end of this game, I mean, you know, we didn't have the best kind of scenario as we are sitting outside of the school or the score booth and stuff like that. But, you know, me and you have done well, and Thomas Crompton has done as well on the video tonight from Hawley.
They're down and 1 for the Hawley Nuggets, and faking the handoff will be their quarterback, Peterson. He'll run to the outside. It'll be enough for a 1st down. Yes, absolutely. It's been a cold one for us out here. We appreciate all the help we've gotten tonight.
I mean, I think if I saw the report before the game, it feels like 14 degrees. Me and you are sitting on steel bleachers, standing up occasionally here and there to try and warm up. But, you know, Thomas has been doing a really good job running the camera, and we appreciate all the help he's given us tonight because it is a very cold night.
1st and 10 at the 40 of Pelican Rapids is Hawley, and Hawley will get a run towards the right side and a 6-yard pickup in the chains. They'll be 4 yards away from moving the change as the clock will move to 3:20 and counting. 40-8, Pelican Rapids lead. Stay tuned for a post-game show. We'll name our Energy Player of the Game. We'll also talk to the winning coach and players from the winning team, which is the final night of high school sports, final night of fall sports, final night of all high school sports, at least for 4 weeks.
Yeah.
First down, 1 to go at the 20, and Hawley will get the 1st down yardage they need. A good run by Leighton Leaster, the sophomore, who has come in with the secondary unit here in the fourth quarter, and he has done a good job moving the chains. And the only touchdown that has come for Hawley tonight has come from their younger squad. In fact, it was a senior who found the end zone, and Shane Todd playing with the secondary unit.
You know what's one thing? There's a lot of diversion with this team. I mean, you're seeing 2 guys go right, 2 guys up the middle, and for us, it's hard to choose who's got the ball.
1st and 10 at the 20 with the keeper is Bradley Olson, the quarterback, and Olson turns on the Jets to the end zone. Olson, a 20-yard touchdown run, and the Hawley Nuggets are not done yet. Good run by the quarterback.
Just a perfect play there, kind of running it outside. as soon as he got, or I think it was a quarterback draw, I think it more was, he kind of got to the outside. He had 2 white jerseys in front of him, and basically I don't even think there was a black jersey on his way to the corner of the end zone. It was just a great play there by the Hawley Nuggets.
And Olsen will come under center, drop back, takes a shot towards the end zone for the 2-point conversion. That is broken up. So the 2-point pass, no good. But Hawley will add on 6 more. It is 40-14. Pelican Rapids leads Hawley. 2 minutes, 25 seconds left in the fourth quarter. This is high school football on YourLiveEvent.com.
There's no way to count the number of sandwiches you've packed over the years. Hard to imagine this day would come. Yeah, there's still the same fields, the same roads, the same hard work. But now they're in someone else's hands. And you couldn't be more proud of who you're handing the farm to. No matter what the future holds, Ag Country is here to help you plan ahead.
Enbridge's Line 3 replacement project will create thousands of family-supporting jobs. This $2.6 billion private investment in Minnesota will be an economic boost, bring extra county tax revenue for years to come, and a secure and steady supply of North American oil to fuel Minnesota's quality of life. We're focused on safety and ready to get to work. Learn more at enbridge.com/line3US.
Burkle's kickoff to the Vikings is touched at the 5-yard line. It is picked up and ran to the outside before the defense will stop the return for Pelican Rapids, and a flag comes down after the hit. 2 minutes, 24 seconds left, fourth quarter. Pelican Rapids 40, Hawley Nuggets 14. Thanks for joining us here on YourLiveEvent.com. Hawley will end their season with a 3-3 record. Pelican Rapids will end their season with a 5-1 mark. And it will end here in the section playoffs as, after tonight, 11:59 tonight, new orders in effect in the state of Minnesota. Pelican Rapids will step to the line of scrimmage. 2:24 to go. Young players out on both sides, and they will play to the final whistle. You can't blame them. These young guys a chance to play Friday Night Lights here in Pelican Rapids.
Man, it's one of the best parts about the high school football.
Guler, who's played quarterback, will hand it off. It will be a loss, a play of a loss. And I believe Peyton Blakeway, the sophomore running back, had the ball stuffed in his hands, and he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. Gets it to a 2nd down and 11. Strike that they will make it a 2nd down and 11. Something to keep in mind here as we approach inside of 2 minutes to play is it's an opportunity for Pelican Rapids to close out this game if they can pick up that 1st down. Stay tuned after the game. We'll name our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game. We'll talk to the winning coach and players from the winning team. Minute 45 and counting left in the game. Another handoff for Pelican Rapids. Strike that ball stays in the hands of Timmy Guler, who tries to run around the outside. He is tackled for a short pickup. About a 2nd down. Make that a 3rd down and 8 for the Pelican Rapids Vikings.
Just nothing happening on the outside there. Guler tried to make one too many moves, kind of, juked himself out of his shoes and kind of, short gain. I mean, it's better than going negative, but, I mean, just nothing open on that left side there.
Minute 17 and counting left. 40-14 Pelican Rapids on a community co-op scoreboard here tonight, YourLiveEvent.com. Pelican Rapids would love to have had that meeting with Barnesville down the road to see if they could dethrone the Trojans, who have dominated this section the last handful of years. 3rd down and 8 for Pelican Rapids. Back in the pocket, Guler gets pressured, now tackled and taken down for a loss. And for the Nuggets, all the pressure came from Braxton Bowe. Bowe stayed on Timmy Guler, and Guler had nowhere to go. Now Pelican Rapids, for the first time in this game, faces a 4th down and long. Actually, 2nd time this game, but they'll face a 4th down and long. 35 seconds to play, 40-14 their lead. And they will have to snap the football to end this one.
I think what they're going to do is they're going to try and run down as much clock as they can and then call a timeout just to know how much time they have left to play. I think it'll come down to about 14 seconds or so.
Pelican Rapids has not trailed in this game. It was a scoreless first quarter, one that both teams would like to have back. Pelican Rapids at the line of scrimmage, 4th down and 8. And a run attempt towards the left side. 3 seconds left in the game. And the play will be tackled far sideline. And it is officially at 0. We'll see what that the officials want, and that is it. It is going to be official here tonight in Pelican Rapids. The season ends for both teams. Pelican Rapids wins 40-14 against the Hawley Nuggets. Post-game show comes your way next. It's high school football on yourliveevent.com.
Providing construction services to the area, it's Four Corners Construction of Ada. Call Neil Miller, 218-790-5436 at Four Corners Construction for all your general building construction, remodeling projects, and new building construction. Four Corners is ready to get to work on your home, farm, or commercial business. Windows, gutters, seamless siding, roofing, and more. Let Four Corners take care of all your construction needs. Call Neil Miller at Four Corners Construction, 218-790-5436.
The unknown consumes so much of our lives. That's why Concordia College in Moorhead, Minnesota is committed to providing clarity. We recognize that comparing colleges, especially the price, can be confusing. Concordia has always been a place where students of all economic backgrounds find success. And for next fall, we are reducing tuition by more than $15,000 so that any student who can imagine themselves at Concordia can be a Cobber. Now's the time to take a look at Concordia College, Moorhead, Minnesota. ConcordiaNow.com.
Heart of Lakes Meats in Pelican Rapids is a proud supporter of the Pelican Rapids Vikings. Thank you to the school district, coaches, and student athletes for their hard work and adaptability through the fall seasons. The future looks brighter, knowing we can face challenges together. The best way out is always through, and we believe we will all come through these challenges Viking strong. Heart of Lakes Meats is a USDA-inspected meat processing plant located in Pelican Rapids. We support our local farmers and community any way we can. Heart of Lakes Meats in Pelican Rapids.
Welcome back to Pelican Rapids on yourliveevent.com. I'm Joel Morgan here. It's our post-game show and a win for the Pelican Rapids Vikings. They beat the Hawley Nuggets 40-14. Pelican Rapids' year will end with a 5-1 mark. Hawley Nuggets will end their year 3-3. And at 11:59 tonight, on order of Governor Tim Walz, all sports in the state will then go on a pause until the 18th of December, so a 4-week pause, which will end the fall sports season, and then we'll roll into the start of winter sports. Let's get our scoring summary for this game. It was a scoreless first quarter as both teams just struggling to find some sort of ground on offense. Pelican Rapids would score first. It was Mikhail Korf, an 8-yard touchdown run a minute into the second quarter. The extra point was good for Linus, 7-0 Pelican Rapids lead. They would then score 13 more to end the quarter. Johnny Zebel with a 2-yard touchdown run, no extra point with 4:47 left in the half. 13-0 became the score. And then a big touchdown strike. It was a 2-yard touchdown strike, actually, that came for the Pelican Rapids Vikings. It was in the air. Their first passing touchdown of the game went to Hunter Williams. The extra point was good. 20-0 Pelican Rapids would lead at the half. They would push their lead, in fact, to 34-0, as in the third quarter. It was McNeil scoring the touchdown. Carson McNeil, a 2-yard touchdown run. Extra points was in, 27-0 Pelican Rapids. And then in the fourth quarter, they scored a touchdown with 9:16 left to play in the game. It was another touchdown run coming for Korf. A 10-yard touchdown run. Extra point good, 34-0 Pelican Rapids. Finally getting on the scoreboard was the Hawley Nuggets with 7:34 left to play. A 59-yard touchdown run that came for Shane Todd, the senior running back, playing his final game for the Nuggets. They got the 2-point conversion. 34-8 would be the score. 5:33 left in the game. Justin Verdorn would get a 7-yard touchdown run, 40-0 Pelican Rapids, and Hawley would score once more. That would come with 2:25 left in the game. They would get their quarterback, their sophomore quarterback, Bradley Olson, into the end zone. 2-point conversion was broken up, 40-14, the final score of the game, and Pelican Rapids gets the victory tonight at home in Pelican Rapids. The Hawley Nuggets on their sideline, the Vikings taking their team picture of their final game of the season. And at least to know coming into tonight, Joe, that this was going to be your final game, your last chance put your mind at ease, I think, just a little bit.
For, just to know what the outcome is, win or loss, this is it. I mean, you went into it clear enough saying, if you, it just, there's no way to explain it really. I mean, it's an emotional thing to know you might have had a team that could have gone somewhere, but no, you can't because of the, shutdown. So I just, there's no words that come to mind to even explain something like this. It's a win-loss because you won, but it's a loss because your season's still over on a win. So I guess that's a positive or a negative the way you look at it.
It's just been a hard season all around for athletes in Minnesota, across all sports, across the nation, across the region, but Pelican Rapids will be celebrating this win tonight. We'll have more of our post-game show coming up. We'll get some interviews, and we'll get our Energy Player of the Game brought to you by Enbridge. That is all coming up next. High school football is right here on yourliveevent.com.
At Hawley Public Schools, their focus is on students. With preschool, before and after school enrichment, and community education, the Hawley Public Schools are able to provide learning opportunities for all students. With academic clubs, athletics, and fine arts, the Hawley Public Schools has the right club or organization for your student to become a member of. To learn more about programs and activities offered by the Hawley Public Schools, visit them online at hawley.k12.mn.us.
The purpose of the Hawley Nuggets Booster Club is to support and promote athletic activities at Hawley High School by uniting students, parents, coaches, faculty, staff, and the community in a way that enhances the sharing of school spirit and promotes moral and financial support. The club is open to anyone interested in the progress and development of the athletic programs at Hawley High School. Please consider becoming a member of the Hawley Nuggets Booster Club today by visiting hawleyboosters.com. Go Nuggets!
Community Co-op provides energy solutions. Farm fuels, lubricants, propane, and natural gas are all available to farms, homes, businesses from Community Co-op. They enjoy working with their customers to meet your fuel and energy solutions. Call Community Co-op today, 1-888-935-2281 for farm fuel pricing, contract programs, farm lubricants, propane pricing, and delivery for farm, home, business, and natural gas service. Community Co-op appreciates the business of all current and new customers. Community Co-op, your co-op in your community.
The unknown consumes so much of our lives. That's why Concordia College in Moorhead, Minnesota is committed to providing clarity. We recognize that comparing colleges, especially the price, can be confusing. Concordia has always been a place where students of all economic backgrounds find success. And for next fall, we are reducing tuition by more than $15,000 so that any student who can imagine themselves at Concordia can be a Cobber. Now's the time to take a look at Concordia College, Moorhead, Minnesota. ConcordiaNow.com.
Nugget Sports Now with yourliveevent.com. More information from the Hawley School and Athletic Departments is featured on 106.5 KRJB each week. Join us for Hawley School News Thursdays at 1:15 on 106.5 KRJB. And the Hawley coaches are featured in the KRJB Coaches Corner program. It begins Saturdays at 9 a.m. The Hawley coaches are featured at approximately 10:45. Hawley School Athletics and Events with 106.5 KRJB and yourliveevent.com.
Heart of Lakes Meats in Pelican Rapids is a proud supporter of the Pelican Rapids Vikings. Thank you to the school district, coaches, and student athletes for their hard work and adaptability through the fall seasons. The future looks brighter, knowing we can face challenges together. The best way out is always through, and we believe we will all come through these challenges Viking strong. Heart of Lakes Meats is a USDA-inspected meat processing plant located in Pelican Rapids. We support our local farmers and community any way we can. Heart of Lakes Meats in Pelican Rapids.
Cleveguard Apartments, with locations in Ada, Fargo, and Halstead, wish all the area teams the best of luck. Cleveguard Apartments, with locations and apartment complexes in Ada, Fargo, and Halstead. Also with self-storage and commercial rental space in Ada. Cleveguard Apartments. Call Mark at 701-866-7794. Best of luck to all the area teams from Mark and Geraldine at Cleveguard Apartments, with locations in Ada, Fargo, and Halstead. 701-866-7794.
And we welcome you back to Pelican Rapids in this for our post-game show as the Pelican Rapids Vikings take the victory tonight, 40-14 over the Hawley Nuggets. as we get into our Enbridge players of the game. We're going to make it 2 players, and they're both seniors from the high school of Pelican Rapids. Number 78, Liam Seitzma, gets the first opportunity here. What does it mean for you on a game like this to get the win, even though you know your season's done?
That's tough. So, I'm just glad we got to end on a win, and it's something a lot of high school teams don't get to do, and it feels really good.
How about today's game? I mean, there's no one that you really can take your eyes off from your team tonight other than, say, Mikhail Korf on the offensive end. How well do you rate your quarterback here in tonight's game?
Oh, he's a 10 out of 10. Of course. I got to give him the most credit.
What makes him so versatile as a quarterback? Not just the ability to run the football, but the ability to throw, and especially off the run and stuff like that. What makes him so dangerous in your mind as a blocker blocking for him?
For sure the O-line. It's all in the O-line. Yeah. The O-line is a big key to the team. Having a strong O-line makes it so that they can't rush the quarterback and he can complete more passes. So,
very good. All right, thank you, Liam. And you got a T-shirt coming your way next.
Sweet.
As we get the next interview coming up here with another senior from the Pelican Rapids Vikings, Weston Funk. Just tell us how do you think your team played overall?
Oh, we played great. Today was our last game. We all gave it our all, and it's fun.
As a senior on this team, for you, what's this kind of meaning knowing that this is it? You don't get a chance to play on to go to the state tournament. What does it mean to you just in this moment right now?
I mean, it's obviously sad, but we get to end on a win, and knowing this is our last game, it's a good feeling to know we won.
That's a great feeling. All right, now looking now, I asked Liam about the offense. How about the defense? I mean, the name I saw pop up a lot in my view was Nick Haugrud. How dominant was he controlling the offensive line, as well as getting some quarterback hurries to go along with the game?
He's a beast. No one can stop that guy. I don't think he's been pushed back this whole year. He's him and Johnny Zebo are the key to our defense.
That is it. What's one final message from this kind of class that you'd like to pass on to the younger generation? As we saw late in the game with Timmy Guler coming into the game, being able to be as dominant as Mikhail was all game today, what's kind of been your role on the leadership of growing the young Vikings up?
Dedication to the team. We lift every summer, every day in the summer, and just being there 7th through 12th grade in the weight room. It's a big key to the success of our team.
Nice going. Very well. Congratulations to the both of you on a 4-1 season. You don't get a chance to go on to the next round, but you do, like you said, end the season on a win. Congratulations to the both of you. You both got T-shirts as our Enbridge players of the game, as Joel will give you your T-shirts here. You can choose the sizes you want. I think there's 2 sizes, so each of you pick your size there. All right. Thank you, guys. And that, again, was our Enbridge players of the game. Enbridge Line 3 replacement projects will create thousands of family-supported jobs. This $2.6 billion private investment in Minnesota will be an economic boost and bring extra country tax revenue for years to come and secure a steady supply of North American fuel North American oil to fuel Minnesota's quality of life. Enbridge is focused on the safety and ready to get to work. Learn more by visiting enbridge.com/3.us. Well, Joel, I know I've kind of taken over the role here as the head post-game guy, but, what's our final thoughts on today's performance between the Vikings and the Nuggets?
Well, I think first off, with our energy player of the game, Mikhail Korf put up a lot of big numbers tonight. He was very impressive, but I think it does start with what happened up front and what those guys were able to do. And I think if you went to ask Mikhail Korf, how did you have such a good game? How have you had such a successful season? They will say it's been the ability to block. And not just the ability to block, Joe, but I think the ability to readjust on the block, the ability to pull, the ability to make those open spaces. So it's been very impressive. But I'm just happy. I guess if the final thoughts on the Knights would be, I'm just happy that these players got this opportunity to know that this was their last game, to enjoy every moment that they could, because as we saw during the winter season, you just never know when it's going to end.
Yeah, and you never know when your next game will be at this point in time. The one comment I do know from, having, a couple of people around this team, they did call themselves, or this season, the pancake season, referring to the offensive line being able to dominate this whole season, stuff like that. Well, tonight, for the sense of joking around, I'd call them the 5-star chefs tonight, because those 5 did a great job all night, not just for McHale, not just for Johnny Zeeble, not just for Carson McNeil and all them, but just in general, controlling the offensive line, controlling the defensive line. I mean, that offensive line and the defensive line played a big factor in tonight's game, as your comment earlier in that saying. So anyway, our final, again, tonight, the Pelican Rapids Vikings 40, the Hawley Nuggets 14, and that will conclude tonight's broadcast. Thank you to all who's been listening. Thank you to all who tuned in. And, we will call it a night there.